Once again, it's on, man. Welcome to another great episode of the the Better Than Sex Sports Podcast. Y'all can hear my damn television behind me. I got to turn it down. Of course, y'all know this is the Better Than Sex Sports Podcast. Of course, I am the man on the street.
Noisy ass man on the street. Hey, this is Pharaoh King.
It's Tim Dog from Be More Careful.
The mad professor in the booth.
Shout out to Orlando.
And then he disappeared.
And we lose the moderator. Ain't that some shit?
Man,
All right. Well, you know how the show begins. We're going to begin with how was your day? So, King, tell us, how was your day?
My day was excellent because I bounced on their ass. Know what I mean?
What?
Hey, soon as 12 o'clock hit, I had an appointment.
Man, fuck y'all. You know I still can hear y'all on the damn TV. Y'all talking shit.
Well, welcome back.
Hey, he's back.
Back to our regular scheduled program.
Well, like Tim Dog said, y'all know how we always start our podcast off. We always got to ask the brothers how was their day. So, Pharaoh, go ahead and finish what you were saying.
Oh, don't try to make up for the shit now.
Get your own line.
Hey, stop me in my soliloquy. Know what I'm saying?
For real.
Go ahead. My bad.
No, I'm good, man. The day was good. Other than this trip I got to take, to go see my my auntie, it's good.
Yeah, like I said earlier, man, that's one of the saddest trips that you could take. And you're going to see a loved one that you love, and that's the last time you're going to see the actual face, man. I know that feeling, man. So safe travels, my brother. You're gonna get on the road here tomorrow, but safe travels. Tim Dog, how was your day, my brother?
Man, my day was cooler than a fan in this hot ass heat. I'm telling you, boy.
Yeah, they were talking about man. They say y'all got up to 100 degrees. Texas,
Yeah,
like
in some areas, not too.
100 where?
In Texas. Oh man, we got heat wave.
It ain't the summer yet.
Yo, it'll be 100.
That's the whole thing about global warming.
Yeah. Same thing down here, Pippin.
Yeah. And it's so weird because just on Sunday we were only in the 70s.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yep.
I heard they even got a heat advisory for Alaska. They say it's supposed to get like 85 degrees, and normally they don't get 85 degrees. So they got a heat advisory in Alaska. I'm like, God damn. So you have global.
Not a clue about.
And the polar bears gonna be mad at the motherfucker, boy.
Shit, the motherfuckers already mad. They ain't got no ice.
What's gonna happen is they're gonna get flooded out because all that ice gonna be melting too.
Wow.
That's exactly what I just said, Tim Dog. They ain't got no ice.
Yeah. He said they ain't got no ice.
Yeah, that is what he said.
That's what I said.
Although technically there are no polar bears there are polar bears in northern Alaska, huh?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So more the big city.
That's right. Matt Professor, how was your day, my brother?
I pulled a Tim Dog and woke up at like 12:15, 12:30 today.
Man,
granted,
granted,
I didn't go to sleep until like 5:30 in the morning. So I think, I was kind of owed that one.
Yeah, you kind of owed that. Yeah, man. Y'all sorry motherfuckers, man. I hate y'all.
Hey, man, are they
Don't
bragging?
hate me because I'm beautiful.
That's what they doing. They bragging.
Down the street. That's what I'm hearing.
That motherfucker talking about he went to bed at 5:30. I got up at 5:30 to get ready to go to work. Ain't that about a bitch?
That's your fault for being successful, goddamn.
Hey, what Bobby Brown say?
That's your success.
Prerogative.
That is true. Of course, shout to how was your day, my brother?
Can't call it, man. Just taking it one step at a time. Checked out, did a lot of reading today. I had to do some research for a buddy of mine, but yeah, man, it's cool down here in Florida, and I can't complain, man. God's still blessing the family.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that, man. Yeah, like I say, man, the weather's supposed to get bad here as well. I thought it was supposed to rain all week. They say it's supposed to rain, but I guess they didn't. Goddamn weatherman don't know shit.
It was raining down
about to
here.
get it.
That's why.
Yeah. I know they said the heat wave is coming, but hey, gotta do what I gotta do. They came and looked at my AC yesterday. That motherfucker tried to charge me 10 G's. I was like, man, y'all crazy out y'all goddamn mind. They're trying to do every damn thing, but come on, man.
So the price of Freon has gone up way up.
No, they want to do the whole system. They want to do the whole system,
damn.
but I don't need the whole system. You know what I mean? So, but they did what they needed to do. $300 later, I got AC again.
They put a new hole in the wash and the screw.
What he's saying is he need another 9,700 to get the shit right.
Yeah, to get it right, but right now we cool. But fellas, man, we got a great show. We're gonna start the show off a little different because usually we do in case you missed it later in the show. But I think that we need to start it off like this because we talked about this before this man died, but now they say they're gonna let him in the hall.
The stunning reversal tonight from Major League Baseball, reinstating the late Pete Rose after being kicked out for betting on games, including his own team. What he once told our Charlie Gibson and what this now means when it comes to the Hall of Fame. Here's Will Reeve.
He was banned from the game for life. But tonight, in an historic decision, Major League Baseball reinstating all-time hits leader Pete Rose. Rose, who died last year, was barred from the sport in 1989 after an investigation found that he had bet on games as the manager of the Cincinnati Reds. MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred saying, "Obviously, a person no longer with us cannot represent a threat to the integrity of the game." The former Rookie of the Year, MVP, and three-time World Series champion denied the allegations for years before opening up to ABC's Charlie Gibson.
Did you bet on baseball?
Yes, I did, and that was my mistake, not coming clean a lot earlier.
The scandal has kept him from being inducted into baseball's Hall of Fame. Today's move now makes him eligible for election. The Hall of Fame saying in a statement, "The decision to remove deceased individuals from the permanently ineligible list will allow for the Hall of Fame candidacy of such individuals to now be considered." Fans of the Reds celebrating the news.
He built the Reds. This is his ballpark.
Now, David, this ruling doesn't just put Rose into the Hall of Fame. He would still need to get approval from a baseball committee, and the earliest he could enter the Hall would be in 2028.
And I'm coming to you, Farrell. You're the average baseball fan on him. You and shots. I'm gonna come to you first, though, Farrell. And the question goes like this: Do you believe Major League Baseball is wrong for lifting Pete Rose ban from the Hall of Fame after his death? And also, they lifted the ban on Shoeless Joe Jackson. Of course, y'all know the scandal that he was in when they rigged the World Series. That's the Black Sox. Yeah, that's why. Remember, Jordan won the Black Sox. He honored them that year. But the Black Sox, what are your thoughts on that? They're lifting the ban on Pete Rose after his death. Is it a slap in the face, Farrell?
I would just say we all know who Pete Rose is, who are baseball fans. I believe it's irrelevant because the man can't celebrate, this achievement, and they waited too long to lift the ban, and he's still to 2028. He'll be dead. He'll be gone 4 years by the time they say that he's eligible to go anyway. So I just think it's irrelevant at this point. We all know what the man did. They punished him, and now that they've punished him and he's gone, he can't celebrate it. So I don't see the reason why to even consider it now.
I got you. I got shots of your thoughts, man, with baseball lifting the ban on Pete Rose and Shoeless Joe Jackson.
I concur with Farrell. The fact of the matter is Pete Rose. Okay, he bet on baseball. Yes, he was a manager, but how did that affect the game in any way? I don't even understand that. To keep a man who's on his on-field performance and his thing as a manager had nothing to do with him. It's the same thing that came down with the Terrell Owens thing. If you don't like Terrell Owens, but his numbers say he's supposed to be there, that has nothing to do with the fact his performance on the field. Major League Baseball has always sucked when it came to stuff like this, man. They pick and choose just like the NFL. They punished the dude his whole life and talked about it every chance they could get up until he's dead. Now you're talking about, oh, he can't affect the game no more, so we're going to go ahead and put him in there? Wow.
Right.
Yeah. And with the T.O. thing that Shot is talking about, T.O. didn't get in on the first ballot. We all knew T.O. was the first ballot of Hall of Fame. Never got any really trouble on the field or off the field.
No, he didn't.
His on the field antics, what basically the people hit him with that. And I'm coming to you, Mad Professor. I know we talked about this before, but is it a slap in the face to Pete Rose and Shoeless Joe Jackson? Even though I know Shoeless Joe Jackson been dead for a while, he said the same thing. He wasn't guilty of betting on throwing the World Series. Pete Rose, he did say that he betted on baseball, but he didn't bet on his team. So, and that's one of baseball cardinal sin is betting on baseball in whole. But is it a slap now that Pete Rose is gone? Now they're gonna lift that ban? to put him in the Hall of Fame?
Yes and no, because it's what I keep saying about gambling in sports. If you want gambling out of sports, stop taking gambling house money like DraftKings and shit like that.
Yeah.
But my thing is, if you kept him out while he was alive, keep him out when he's dead. It don't fucking matter.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's a slap in the face. I mean, it'll be an honor for his family if he actually gets in.
Right.
It'll be an honor for his family and not him. But again, it really doesn't matter because to his fans, he was already a Hall of Famer. He just wasn't official, so they don't really care.
Yeah.
Right.
No one would really care. And to me, it's and what Shada said about baseball sucking, I've been saying that since I got on this podcast with you guys, that baseball was garbage. Because why was it always a thing that there should be no unanimous Hall of Fame selection when there clearly should have been?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, in my lifetime, Ken Griffey Jr. should have been a unanimous Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
So
that goes back to also them recognizing the Negro Hall of Fame. I mean,
but that's why I said my lifetime, because Ken Griffey is the player I watched that I first thought he should be unanimous if nobody else.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, you know,
yeah,
baseball for me has always been one of those sports I'll catch occasionally, but I don't put too much effort in because of shit like that.
Yeah. Before I come to you, Tim Dog, was Tony Gwynn a unanimous Hall of Famer? Did he get all the votes?
No, the first one was Mariano Rivera, if I remember right.
Yeah, the pitcher.
Okay, I was just checking because you said that, you know, I don't know if we talked about this, you know, we was talking about, I saw something where it was, I don't know if it was Tom Glavine, but he was saying that between him, Pedro, somebody, about 5 great pitchers, they only struck out Gwynn 3 times.
Right.
Out of all those great pitchers. But if he wasn't unanimous, I don't know what unanimous is. But getting back on the subject at hand, getting back to the subject at hand, Tim Dawg, is it in the face?
Barry Bonds is unanimous.
Yeah. Is a slap in the face of Pete Rose to say, now we're gonna lift the band. Now that the man is dead and gone. And shoeless Joe Jackson let him in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, as that song say, too much, too little, too late. But at the same time, you know, it's something. It means something to fans and family, like Mad Professor said. You know, it's more of a symbolic victory than anything, because he won't be able to celebrate. He won't be able to enjoy all of the, you know, accolades that come along with it. But let's just hope that MLB would allow someone from his family to represent him, you know, when it comes to, you know, promoting the Hall of Fame. So I would say it's a good victory for the families, but it's
okay. Tim Dawg, goddamn, you just stop in middle sentence because you just keep going on.
I'm sorry,
my bad, my brother. Because damn, usually I expect you to keep going. But my thing is, with baseball, Farrell. Before I want everybody to talk about this quick. Like Farrell, even though he didn't get to celebrate being in the Hall of Fame, baseball always stood on. Well, if you look, Pete Rose is in the Hall of Fame. His bats, his balls, his glove, a uniform, or whatever. So technically, he's in the Hall of Fame. He just wasn't called a Hall of Famer. So that's what they would say. Even the same thing about Barry Bonds. Yeah, Barry Bonds, you can't say he's a Hall of Famer, but he got some of his stuff in here that he achieved during his time of playing baseball. Even shoeless Joe Jackson, we got their I don't know paraphernalia is the right word, but we got their stuff in here. So technically they're in the Hall, but they're not Hall of Famers.
But the thing that to add on to that, the fact of the matter is, this dude is the all-time. He is the all-time. Listen to these numbers: 3.303 batting average, 4,256 hits, 160 home runs, 1,314 RBIs, 2,165 runs scored, 3 batting titles, 1 value player, 2 Golden Gloves, Rookie of the Year. What hasn't the man done?
Yeah,
and 1 World Series,
3 World Series,
3 times.
Yeah,
3 times.
You know,
what hasn't the man done?
On top of being a manager, so that's Mr. Baseball.
But my thing is, this is what I want to ask baseball, the commissioner. You want to celebrate Sammy Sosa, who don't know what color he is, and out here doing all this crazy stuff, but you won't put Pete Rose in there?
He got the Michael Jackson syndrome.
Come on, man. I mean, what are we talking about here?
And even people, and even Sammy Sosa had a scandal with the bats and steroids. So
he's not gonna get in as
Didn't
well.
he get caught with a broken back that had cork in it?
Yeah,
that's what he said.
Yeah,
but I know Sammy Sosa not, because that's the steroid era. Everybody loved the long ball until you know they talk about steroids. So
Mark McGwire
which is funny because more pitchers got caught doing steroids than hitters.
Yeah. So what do you think about that, Matt Professor? What I just said. Technically, baseball can say, yeah, he's in the Hall of Fame, but he just can't be called a Hall of Famer because he got his stuff in there.
Well, that's why I said earlier, unofficial. To his, I mean, he's always been, like you said, with every milestone a player they get their stuff in the Hall of Fame, so they're technically in the Hall of Fame. That's why I said they're just making it official now with the vote in 2028 that he becomes a Hall of Fame member. They can put that on his headstone, I guess, that he's a Hall of Fame member. But to his fans and family and friends, he's always been a Hall of Famer. So them announcing this is just, it's what politicians do. They act like they give a damn. They say something and act like they give a damn when they clearly don't.
Yeah.
Because what's funny to me, I'm sorry. What's funny to me is I remember back when all this shit started with him, they said as long as he showed contrition, they'd be fine and they'd start lifting the ban. Yeah. He apologized for this shit, 6-7 years before he died. So more than that, rather. So like I said, they just showing off, trying to act like they care now.
Yeah. Dallas Cowboys taking drugs, Lawrence Taylor raping and beating people, but you daggone don't take them out of the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I don't remember if Marge Schott got into the Hall of Fame, Joseph. I'll have to.
Yeah, that's the owner. That's the owner of the Reds. Yeah.
I don't remember if she got in.
I don't know if she got in, but her damn dog probably got in because she always had that damn dog with her. But Tim Dog, don't stop in the middle of the sentence. Usually I got to cut you off.
Don't stop.
But don't stop this time because you threw me off. But like I say though, baseball can always fall back and say, hey, we got his stuff in there. But now, if he does get in, not saying he's going to get in, but if he does get in, he's already in the Hall of Fame. But now you can actually call him a Hall of Famer. Tim Dog? God damn, this is quiet as he ever been. You throwing me off, man. God damn, I know I haven't been drinking that goddamn much.
He done melted his doggone connection.
I would say, Hall of Famer. Dang.
I got
you stuck. Bro.
Yeah. A quick round robin. Do y'all think they're gonna do the same thing to Barry Bonds and Mike McGwire? Matt, that should go first. Wait till they're dead and gone to let them in the Hall of Fame.
They won't let them in.
Okay. All right then. All right. Even if they're dead.
Once they really won't care because then their names can be exercised from the annals of history. They're not going to care.
Okay then. Shots.
I agree with them, and the fact that they're black, no, they ain't getting in there.
Okay then. What about you?
Mark McGwire is white.
White, yeah.
Well, okay, but the whole thing with Mark McGwire is the only reason that Mark McGwire is getting the attention that he's getting is because of all the stuff he did. Yes, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying? It's apples and oranges. It doesn't matter. They're going to go ahead and do what they want to do when they want to do it, like Matt Professor said.
I got you. Farrell.
No, they're going to be tough on them. I don't think they're going to get in.
All right, then. What about you, Tim Dahl?
Nah, they're going to exercise them.
Yeah.
If Pete Rose, Mr. Baseball, can't get in, they didn't even do as much as him. So, and then they did steroids. So, they're not getting in.
They're not getting in.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No. I was going to say the only issue with it is the whole thing is only McGwire was actually caught doing steroids. He's the only one who ever failed to test. And then he had to tell him because they already had his test results. Right. Yeah. Barry Bonds never tested positive.
Yeah.
But they can't let one in. They can't let one in without letting the other one in.
Yeah. And you can't be Jose Canseco and everybody.
I'm about to say Jose Canseco's in there.
Right.
Jose Canseco and everybody.
Yeah, and I agree with y'all, man. It's a sad thing because they say if you took out even the steroid era, before we go to the next topic, even took out the steroid era, Barry Bonds, I think he already had like 3 or 4 Gold Gloves or whatever.
Yeah.
He already had Hall of Fame numbers. And with the steroid era, it just went up. So That's when he played with the Pirates. Oh, I know baseball.
Well, he was the biggest free agent signing in baseball at the time. I would hope you knew that.
Yeah, I know that as well. But talking about big time, man, I didn't see this coming. I don't think y'all saw it as well, because the Indiana Pacers going to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Nobody.
You don't have to foul here, but you have got to come up with a stop. 5 to shoot. Turner, he puts it down. Miles Turner with the biggest shot of his season. And Indiana is up 9. Conference Finals.
I'm coming into you first there, Matt Professor. How impressed are you with the Pacers eliminate the number 1 seed in the East in 5 games?
I'm not, because what I said about Cleveland held true. I said they're young, they're very talented, they don't know how to win just yet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. That's why I didn't call them my dark horse. I mean, just they were number 1, but that was only because of their record, of course.
Yes.
But I'm not surprised that Indiana beat them. I mean, shit, Indiana, they didn't lose to Indiana. They didn't beat Indiana on Indiana's home court. On their own home court the entire year.
Yeah.
Including the playoffs, Indiana was 5-0 in Cleveland.
Yes.
So this shouldn't surprise anybody that they were a bad matchup for Indiana.
Yeah. And I'm glad you said that, Tim Dog. They usually say matchup makes a game.
Mm-hmm.
And just like the math professor said, this was a bad matchup. Your thoughts on the Indiana Pacers eliminating the Cavs in 5 games?
Oh, I mean, Indiana went to the Eastern Conference last year. So,
exactly.
You know, I mean, and they got Rick Carlisle, who is a NBA Finals coach. I mean, Rick Carlisle been in the business and in Indiana back and forth for the last 20 years. So the only thing that hurt Indiana last year was they didn't have Pascal Siakam was hurt, and Halliburton, you know, he was just up and coming then. So I'm not surprised. And I said that even here, I'm like, Cleveland not gonna go anywhere. And man, and Halliburton, he don't have to score a lot of points. He's not one of those superstars that do that, but he's a playmaker. And
Yeah. And I think Rick Carlisle, you got to say he's an NBA champion because he coached the Mavs, right?
Cleveland got out-coached. You're right.
What was that? The Mavs coach, or who coached the Mavs when they beat the Heat? Was it Carlisle?
I think it was.
Yeah,
it might have been.
I think it was Carlisle, right? So he got that pedigree, and just like you said, they've been there last year. Shota, your thoughts with the Cleveland Cavaliers getting eliminated in the second round in 5 games?
I didn't think it was going to happen in 5 games. I knew they were going to lose. I didn't think it was going to happen in 5 games. But from watching the series, Indiana have way more dogs on their team than Cleveland does. I mean, when it get down to that series came down to how matchups, and Cleveland did not match up with Indiana well at all. I mean, Donovan, Spider did his thing, but he's not at that level where he could just carry a team because he don't have the help. He don't have the help from scoring. Unlike Halliburton, where he got Siakam over there, he got
Turner,
he got all these people scoring, and then Donovan's partner, the point guard, what's his name? Garland.
Yeah, Garland. He came from Atlanta.
He stayed chipped up, and for some reason, I just don't like the way Garland carried the ball up court. It's like lackadaisical. I don't like it.
Yeah, I saw something today, man. They had a picture of him. And I don't know if y'all saw this YouTuber, they call him Speed. They show Garland changing from him to Speed. And I guess they're like, God damn, what the hell happened to him? I guess he did lose his speed. But Pharaoh Cake Band, how impressed are you with the Pacers? And then did you see the Cavaliers having the number 1 seed, just like the Matt Professor said? It's in records only, but the way they went out in 5 games, your thoughts?
Cleveland Cavaliers were the James Harden of teams.
God damn.
Oh, God damn.
In season.
Why would you say that?
Mobley is up and coming.
Man, in season 5, but when they got to the playoffs, man, she was hot. You know what I mean? But they had some key players that was injured. They did. But as Tim Dog said, they was Eastern Conference last year with injuries. So
Facts.
I'm gonna be honest with everybody. I did not know Halliburton was as good as he was playmaker wise.
Me either. I tell you the truth, I wasn't expecting that either. Yeah,
last year I didn't know this cat. I'm like,
Yeah.
who the hell is this Halliburton? dude?
I heard about it coming out of college, but I was like,
Yeah.
That's what I'm about to say. The Pelicans been trying to get that dude for a couple years because
Right.
he's
But like
quietly
you said,
one of the
you know,
better superstars.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
and-
just like Bronson. We didn't know who Bronson was till he got to the Knicks.
Brunson.
We knew we might have heard his name, but till he got to the Knicks, I just
Yeah.
wish he changed his hair.
That dude-
That down on his head.
Yeah,
But,
before we talk about the Knicks, though, I just want to say one thing. All you Knicks fans, and shout out this not to you, but all you fucking Knicks fans out there that was saying we not gonna win nothing with Brunson. Now
Right.
y'all, Brunson.
Yes,
Y'all wasn't
Thank
saying that.
you.
Y'all wasn't saying. I
Thank you.
didn't say
He
you.
didn't
I
say
didn't
you.
say you. I did
No,
not say
I
you.
said I'm
No, he
glad
said thank
said
you.
that
Oh,
because
thank you.
New York was
Yeah,
looking
yeah, yeah.
arms about that daggone dude.
But we're gonna talk about the Knicks later on. I'm gonna bring that same shit back up again.
but I'm still impressed though. I'm
Yeah.
impressed with Halliburton.
Great point though.
Hey, we noticed we didn't see his dad. His dad wasn't there.
But that's what I was about to say. That's what I was about to say. His dad basically overshadowed his son play because of the nonsense that he was doing. But in this round, he didn't have that nonsense. He
That's
played
right.
his ass off, and he showed that he's a true talent. So, Mad Professor, you say something. I want you to answer what Joe just said. Basically, he said that Cleveland had the same team. Mitchell had the same team that he had in Cleveland. Do you agree? I mean, he had in Utah. Do you agree?
Yeah, the team is set up for him to make plays and to decide how the plays are going to go. And unfortunately, just like in Utah, it doesn't work for him. Donovan Mitchell is a player that doesn't have a system to play in. Like, imagine him playing in a triangle. I bet he wins.
Oh,
If you could still run the triangle.
Yeah.
What do they look like? This Cleveland team looks like the Kyrie Irving team.
Yeah.
No, but you have to understand, Cleveland also, this is a new team that, they haven't been this far without LeBron in a long time.
Yeah.
So just like with
my point.
Indiana and Boston and all those other teams in the West that been to, have experience, they're going to get that with Donovan. And trust me, Katina Mobley, and I don't know about old boy from Atlanta.
Goddamn, Katina Mobley still in the league?
Yeah.
Not Katina Mobley. It's not Katina Mobley.
It's
I was
Evan
about to
Mobley.
say, goddamn.
Evan Mobley, man.
Oh, yeah,
Evan Mobley.
I was wondering what he was talking about. I'm like, Katina Mobley. Granddad?
There's a Mobley on the team, and he's young. He's only
All
been in the
right,
league, but and they're gonna get that experience if they keep the core team that they have. And like all that, like we said, experience counts.
Yeah,
And
and
they got out coached.
yeah, they got out coached, and I agree with Joe say. It's basically the same team, but Tim Dog, you made a great point. They're gonna have to get some experience. But man, Tim Dog, I'm coming to you because Mad Professor, you brought it up, but Tim Dog bringing on home with Donovan Mitchell because he thought he let the team down. Well, not the team, but the city.
They've been there. We had some mental lapses, and they capitalized, and those can change a series. You lose game one, you're chasing a series. Game two happens, chasing, and you give a lot of energy game three, and then game four, find the uphill battle against a team that has the fastest pace in league history. Yeah.
I saw that you went back out on that court a little bit after the final buzzer. What was going through your mind at that point? What were you trying to process?
Just couldn't believe it. Didn't want to believe it. Don't want to believe it. Still don't want to believe it. It's tough. It's tough to win this league. Give them credit. We didn't do the things necessary. I love playing in that fucking arena, man. Like, that energy, that crowd. We're 0-3 at home. Let the city down, man. This place is special. This place is really special.
Yeah, Matt Professor, you brought it up, but Tim Dog, I'm coming to you. They didn't win one game in their home court. So did they, like Donovan Mitchell said, let the city of Cleveland down in your thoughts? Tim Dog.
I would say no, because they achieved the best record in the NBA, considering that they didn't do well last season, and for this to be his second season with Cleveland, he's chasing the stigma of LeBron, being there winning a championship. It's sort of like if you play for the Lakers, you want to play and be representative of the Lakers and like the Lakers of past. And to me, he's a very hard-driven basketball IQ player. I mean, and to him, losing that and not winning one at home, yeah, it's a little disappointing. But like I said before, once they get that experience, he's going to look back at this and say, you know what, I'm glad I went through it. Because now he knows how it feels to lose like this. So when the next time comes, he's more prepared.
Yeah, I agree with you there. And like you say, this is his second year. I think he got injured last year. I think he got injured, and that's why they didn't go too far. But Shota, your thoughts? Do you agree with what Donovan Mitchell said, that they let the city of Cleveland down by not winning one on their home court? Your thoughts?
I mean, I can understand Donovan Mitchell's point with that. When you're a superstar and you're brought to a team expecting to be a difference maker on that team, and you actually don't win any home games on your home floor, something's missing. But as far as himself, Donovan didn't let the city down. The team as a whole did. You gotta when you look at Cleveland's starting five, you got Darius Garland. Who didn't Cleveland draft him?
No, traded him from Atlanta.
They traded him from Atlanta, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Garland's been there what, 2-3 years?
This is
I'm not sure, man.
It's the second year because he was hurt last year when he came over.
I think with Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
So other than Donovan Mitchell, their starting five is what? Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, and Dean. Who the hell is Dean Wade? Who the hell is that?
I'm surprised.
He's a
I'll
young
wait
cat.
for you to say, Shota, I'll wait for you to say Coutinho Mobley like on goddamn Tim Dog. I'm like, goddamn, shit.
Man, you know what I'm talking to you. You know what the fuck I meant.
Hell no, I don't. But go ahead, Shota. I need to cut you off, my brother. I'm sorry.
I mean, who the hell is Dean Wade? I had never heard of that dude. So
he got drafted by them, I think 3 years ago, and he was on their bench. So
okay, but my thing is, the starting lineup they have. That's a mess. They need to do some. They need to go to the draft and do something.
Yeah.
That's not going to work.
Yeah, they got to go to draft or try to make a trade to help Donovan Mitchell out.
Yeah,
he left Utah. He left Utah to come there, and like I said before, I know it's not a big man league anymore, but you still need a big man to be able to protect that rim.
But you know what?
Rebounds.
I'm sorry, but this is the same squad that got the best record in the NBA regular season.
Yeah.
So I don't think they need to go to the draft. They just need to mesh and be, cohesive with each other.
Cohesive. Listen, bro. Listen. The only thing the Cleveland Cavaliers got going for them this year is that they had the best record in the East and they got the defensive player of the year. That's
a start.
That's a start.
I got you. I got both of y'all. And Matt Professor, I'm coming to you before I come to you, Pharaoh. I hear what you're saying, Tim Dog. But regular season basketball is not the same thing as playoff basketball because your bench gets shorter. Your bench gets shorter. You're only playing 5 or 6 people. You're not going deep. That's why I say, I hate the NBA now because of the big man shooting all of them goddamn threes. Joel Embiid, get your bitch ass up. Stop eating that goddamn donut. I see a bitch ass right now. Get that damn donut, you goddamn mouth. Get your ass in that goddamn. But I digress. I
hope you would.
Because we talking about the goddamn Cleveland Cavaliers. But it goes something back. You say, Math Professor. Donovan Mitchell, he said that they let the city down, but they've been letting the city down because they didn't beat Indiana all goddamn season on their home court.
On their home court, exactly. And that's what I was about to say. See, the thing is, the last 2 years, Cleveland was number 4 going into the playoffs.
Yes.
So, I mean, they're getting experience then, and apparently they're learning how to get better because each time they get into the playoffs, they're either a higher seed or they go farther than they did the year prior.
Exactly.
But here's the thing. I would say he hasn't let down this team because they've lost that number 1 a lot of times. in 2009 and 2010 seasons, I think they were the number 1 seed and lost both times in the second or third round. So, like I said, there's no disappointment. I mean, you can be disappointed in your own performance and that you didn't get to at least to the finals, to the conference finals.
Yes.
But don't be disappointed that you're helping this team, kind of put LBJ years in the past. I mean, he
trying
won
to
a
create their
title
own
for
path.
them.
They're trying to get their own own
It's
identity.
been 10 years, right? And it's been 10 years since they won a title. So don't feel bad that in year 10 and almost year 10 now since LeBron left that you're closer than you've been in a long time to winning a title. I understand his emotional response to it, but I'm sure when he stepped back, he's going to be like, we did some shit that nobody thought we could do.
Yeah. And I agree with you if I come to you, Farrell, because every team got to make that step. For LeBron James, he had to get past the Celtics because the Celtics were whipping his ass. For Michael Jordan, he had to get past Detroit because Detroit was beating. So there's some maturation.
Always.
Yeah, see, Matt, I'm bringing up words like you, Matt. See, there's some maturation that you got to do to get to that next level. For the man on the street, boy.
Hey, my grandson say that. You only huge.
He done went to the library.
Y'all know that shit gave him a headache, right?
The man on the street is in the dictionary as well. So Farrell King, man, did Donovan Mitchell and the Cavs let the city of Cleveland down by not winning one home game during this playoff series?
No, they faced a team that has a history of winning. I mean, come on. There's a lot of teams that got beat at home. At least they got one win. You know what I mean? It'd be different if they got swept. Didn't win anything at all.
Yeah.
So, like I said, the Eastern Conference challengers last year. Now they're going into the Eastern Conference again this year. They better team, a better coach team. I mean, shit, with a better roster.
Yeah, but a better coach, better roster, and I agree with everybody on that. He didn't let the team down, and just like Tim Dog said, and you too, my math professor. I think all y'all said it is that you got learning experience now. Hey, this is what we need to do. We need to get better. I need to play better, even though I play outstanding this year. I need to play better. Coaching, you got to call better plays. We got to have a better bench. And I'm going to say this to the day I leave this earth when talking basketball. You have to get a big man to protect that goddamn rim. I know a lot of people don't like, what's my man, Shaq can't stand. No, he always wins the defense, not Jokic, but the other dude. Rudy Gobert. But at least Rudy Gobert will protect the goddamn rim.
His name is Rudith Gobert.
But I'm just saying, but at least he protects the goddamn rim. And that's what I like to see. Hey, he might not get you 25 points, but he's gonna get you about 15, 20 rebounds. And he's gonna get you 4 or 5 blocks.
Wemby been hurt since January and still led the league in blocks at the rim.
And that's what I'm saying. So that's why I say I understand that Cleveland has a young squad, but they got to get some goddamn rim protector. But about rim. Go ahead.
But Donovan McNabb was with Utah with Rudy. So
Donovan McNabb played for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, you've been on it today, huh?
What I say?
Yeah.
Mitchell.
Donovan
Yeah.
You don't want no goddamn Donovan. Hell.
Yeah, I got the last name right.
What'd you say? What'd you say, bad professor? I'm on it today, boy. I'm catching the boy left and right, boy.
You know who we're talking about. We're talking about basketball. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we know what you said.
Rudy Gobert when he was in Utah.
Man, Rudy.
Yeah, call it bad Rudy, man. But talk about a Rudy, or you want to call it a rude awakening. I didn't see this coming. Shout out, I'm coming to you first. Your bitch ass team. I didn't expect them to be up 3-1. Shit. Now you and Stephen A. Smith, y'all be selling drinking drinks after this.
Don't bother with that.
Lighting up the guard. He was Superman in the first half. A Brunson barrage here in the third quarter.
The clutch player of the year. Absolutely brilliant.
Brunson unstoppable. Tatum unguardable. Anunoby throws it down, and Tatum is hurt. And this could change everything.
Obviously, the loss is huge.
This series is now 3-1 in favor of the New York Knicks.
Well, we got to get ready for Game 5, so we'll put together a game plan to come out on our home floor to keep the series alive.
What you about to say, Shata?
Nobody with that. Nobody said that again. You hear me say?
I got you. Now, this is a 2-part question, but y'all see about the injury to Tatum. I want y'all to talk about that later. But how impressed are you with the Knicks? Because they went up 3-1 barring the injury, but they played their lights out. But do you see them closing the series out tonight? Then we'll talk about the Tatum injury after we answer this question.
I'm saying yes.
No, Shota, goddamn, both y'all Shotas.
Goddamn.
But they're missing each other up tonight, boy. Go ahead, Shota.
It doesn't. If they don't win it tonight, that's fine, because I look at it like this: with Jason Tatum going down, which I am heartbroken about, because I think Jason Tatum's a great player, but they can't beat the Knicks without Jason Tatum. I don't think they can do it. They don't just his length, his three ball. That's a lot. How much he scored? Like 39 last.
Hey,
I think he had like 40 something.
42. What did he say, man on the street?
What up?
What did Shota say? His link.
I wasn't going to say it, but go ahead. Go ahead, Shota, with your thoughts, my brother.
Why we always come to that?
That's the show. That's the type of show we are.
Why?
All I'm saying is New York surprised me. What surprised me more than anything else about New York's play this year is in the playoffs.
Yeah.
The players that they added to the team, they show up when they're supposed to, especially your boy Mikal Bridges. Yeah. I did not expect him to come in and contribute in such a high volume, especially when the Knicks needed him to.
Yeah. But before you go on, what's Mikal? Did he play with Phoenix for a minute? Though?
He did.
Yeah, okay.
He was traded to
Bridges.
Yeah. Okay. I just making sure.
He came over with Hart in that trade.
Yeah, it was a 3-team trade, I think.
Yeah,
but
okay.
They were at Brooklyn.
Okay.
Go. You know, they all went to college together. The three of them.
Yeah, Villanova, I believe.
Yep.
So,
yeah.
John Hart too. So my whole thing is, I think the fans of New York are quite happy with this, but I think every fan in New York is surprised that was up 3-1. We didn't expect it to be that, especially last game. I didn't expect them to come back and storm back like they did, especially with Jason Tatum just hitting like he was hitting. I was like, this game about to be over if they don't stop this dude.
Yeah,
but
you hit it right on the head, man, Shota. Because I say the same thing. I expect the Knicks. I'm coming to you, Mad Professor, because this is one of the cartoon. It's a Pixar cartoon, and like the girl can't find her soul. She didn't want to go back to Earth.
Yeah, the movie Soul.
Yeah,
that
is Soul, right? And they had to think about the Knicks, and you know that the Knicks always make garbage. So Shota, I understand what you're saying, that the Knicks are happy to have a winning team, because it's been a long goddamn time since I had a team like this. Yep. But coming to you, Mad Professor, how impressed are you with the Knicks? And do you think they're gonna close it out tonight? Barring, we want to talk about the injury to Tatum in a minute, but how impressed are you? And of course, are they gonna close it out tonight?
Well, I hope they close it out tonight. I mean, the only way to keep hurting Boston is help them make them lose their best player and then beat their asses at their own home. You know, Boston hates losing at home, so that'll hurt them. They'll be down for it. I mean, they're gonna be down for a year anyway, because tearing his Achilles this late in the season, he's gonna miss the entirety of next season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's done. But I told you before. I told y'all when the playoffs started, look out for the Knicks. They are surprisingly good. I said it since the playoffs. I said it halfway through the season that the Knicks play a brand of basketball that the league hasn't seen in a while, and it may take some teams off. It may knock some teams off their guard, and this is what's happening. I mean, hell, didn't they play Orlando the first series and blew them out of the water?
Yeah.
So and that's why I said this shouldn't surprise anybody. The Knicks are better, much better than people want to give them credit for.
Yeah, and they're much better. Farrah, I'm coming to you. They're much better in the fact that they actually play defense. Oh, that's what Thibodeau is known for. Thibodeau is known for a hard-nosed defense.
Yes,
I know they don't, and of course, Boston shooting off all them goddamn threes. But like I said before, with the Knicks and the impressive play, especially with my man, because like you said earlier, I'm not Farrah. I mean, Shota. Him and Brunson was going back and forth. I was like, God damn, who's going to drop? But of course, with the injury, and then the Knicks pull it out. But they're playing the type of ball that we always talk about, Farrah, which is deep. Yeah. So how impressed are you with the Knicks? You already say you can close them out any goddamn way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're
closing them out tonight.
Okay.
So their defense for one. Where's the $334 million Jaylen Brown? Porzingis ain't showing up. And like I said, with Tatum, they were shooting themselves out the game with 60 shots, 45 shots. As Shaquille O'Neal said when they closed the Gardens, the Boston Gardens is now closed. That's what's going to happen tonight in Boston.
I got you. Tim Dog, your thoughts? Will the Knicks close them out tonight?
I'm not going to say no, because Boston, they have a bench, but longevity, if they win today, I wouldn't expect them to win in New York the next game.
Yeah.
What really hurt Boston was that first game where they lost by how many points did they lose by? It wasn't much, because they only lost, I think it was one.
It takes 1 point.
Yeah, it was 1 point. Right. It was 1 point.
No,
Because,
it just takes 1 point. Who cares?
Bridges blocked no that was the second game. It was anyway, if Boston, they went 5 for 30 shooting threes and lost by 1.
Yeah.
So that game right there really hurt them. And they've been playing catch up, because then you lose home advantage. Then they lost the second game by a block.
Yeah.
And then, Tatum gets hurt, because they were coming back on that game. They were down by, I think, 10. And then when Tatum got hurt, they were down 7. And Boston may win today, but they're not going to win the series.
Well, Boston right now, Boston is shooting 7 of 18 from 3. They just missed 3 in a row.
But they only down 5.
Yeah.
So
and I like what Joe just said, though. Boston, the Knicks need 1 game. Boston got to string together 3. Yeah, I agree with you on that. Yeah.
What's going on, Mr. Robinson?
What's up, brother-in-law? I ain't saw you there.
Brother-in-law.
I ain't saw you. I ain't hear from brother-in-law since the goddamn Lakers lost, and that been over a month ago. Shit. I thought I had to put an APB out. I thought I had to put an APB.
Give that man some grace, man.
Man, that's called recovery.
I call him on his phone. He don't pick up. Now he all of a sudden he would jump on. He finally got that nut house. He was in the nut house. He was in the nut house after the Lakers lost.
He was listening to Bron telling him it wasn't my fault. It was everybody else's fault.
I got you. But Mad Professor, man,
yes, sir.
I don't have a video of it, but you saw it when Tatum went down. And I know usually teams they get up after one of the key players goes down. Back in the college basketball, who went down in female? What was the name? Juju. They got up. They won the next game, but they got blew out the next game. So do you see Boston getting up? And then I want you to talk about that injury that Tatum sustained. And that's just a regular play, non-contact injury. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to talk about this team. Yeah, we're going to talk about this team a little later. But would this be the year of key players getting injured in the playoffs? We'll talk about Steph Curry later, but that's a key player for the Boston Celtics. Go ahead.
That's what I was going to bring up. Honestly, I think the team can get over an injury depending upon the severity of that injury. Like Juju and Jason, USC Lady Trojans was clearly better than every team they were going to play.
Yeah.
So it didn't really matter until they got to the finals. It really did. The Final Four, it really wasn't going to matter. They were more talented than everybody in that bracket. So losing Juju only really cost them the title because, she might have been able to get them past the Final Four.
Yeah.
As far as Tatum going, you see a player tearing their Achilles when you're already down.
Yeah.
When they were already 7 points down. So that's why I didn't like listening to that, the commentator just then acting like they were actually going to win the game just because Tatum was in.
Yeah.
But when you see your leader go down like that late in the game and you're already down, that's
disheartening.
That disheartening. That takes everything you have left.
Yeah.
And I was watching the game. The Celtics played like they had nothing left to give after Tatum went down. They were still grieving. So the difference is Steph Curry sprained an ankle. He could walk off the court. Jason had to go off the court in a fucking wheelchair.
It was hamstring. It's hamstring.
Hamstring. I'm sorry.
Hamstring.
So comparing the two is slightly different because like we said when Curry went down, if they play long enough, they could get him back.
Yeah.
There's no get back for Jason Tatum.
Yeah. Yeah. You're exactly right, man. Professor Tim Dog. With that injury, you know, do you think Boston gonna have a high and probably push it to a game 6? Or with that injury, like I think Shota said it, they deflated and they're just going out there and just jack up threes. Like Matt Professor. What were they, Matt Professor? 7 for what?
They're at 7 and 18 now. 7 of 18.
Yeah. That's still good to finish though. But I think today, you know, being at home, having a crowd behind them, they have a better chance than if they were in New York.
Yeah.
And Boston has a bench where, you know, they can come from behind, you know, with the 3 ball, because damn near the starting 7 can shoot threes. So, you know, as long as they're hitting, they're good. But if they're not hitting, they're getting frustrated, getting flustered, because they know that this is do or die. You know, it can psychologically mess with you, because then all you want to do is shoot threes. You're not going through the plays. You're just getting the ball and you jacking them up, trying to catch up.
Yeah, and I agree with you.
40 to 32 now.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, Tim Dog, and I'm coming to you, Pharaoh. But Tim Dog, you made a great point that they can shoot threes, but you taking one of your best 3-pointers that is injured. So you taking, I think he had like 40-something points. Yeah, and defender, but he's a decent defender. He ain't the greatest, but
yeah.
But what I'm saying is, but you taking those 30 to 40 points out the table, and Pharaoh, with that injury, who's going to step up? And like you said earlier, Porzingis ain't going to do it. I'm just hate to say it, Pharaoh.
1 point at this point.
Yeah. So with that injury, how far did that set the Boston Celtics back this series? And if they do win, you know, they going home in game 6. Your thoughts, Pharaoh?
You said it earlier. 30 to 40 point setback. They losing tonight. That's how it is. I mean, what is Derek White? I think he need to get his hair back. I think that's fucked it up.
Don't do that. He's actually the leading scorer right now for Boston.
Yeah, I mean, he starts off like that, but Tatum
he's the best defender on the team.
No, you ain't gonna do that, man. Like that, man.
Wait, time out. Who you said the best defender on the team, Tim?
Derek White.
Drew Holiday.
Drew
Holiday, man. Come on.
Excuse me. Right now, Derek White is 3rd in the league as first in the league as a guard in blocks. 3rd in the league.
That don't make you a great defender just because you blocking. It's all about everything else, man.
Let me finish my statement.
30, 40 points behind. They're losing.
I'm just saying, he is. Drew Holiday, maybe last year, but not this year.
Drew Holiday is the best on-ball defender, man.
Well, I tell you what, Tim Dog, I guarantee you Drew Holiday don't stop Brunson tonight. I guarantee it.
He ain't stopping any other night. So what's
different? Go ahead, Charles. Go ahead, Charles.
He gonna take a stop of Brunson pill or something?
Yeah. So shit. What we talking about? We all arguing about this.
Go ahead, Charles Barkley, with that guarantee. Every time somebody say guarantee, somebody lose. So if the Knicks lose tonight, I'll come to you, Pharaoh. You got the guarantee.
Man, I ain't Paul Pierce, man. I ain't taking the bet to go to work.
I say Charles Barkley. I say Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley talk about guarantee. Every time he guarantees something, they lose. But Shota, hey, just like I said, that injury, you spoke about it a little bit. You know, I know the Knicks is your team, but with that injury and losing damn near 20 to 30 points, about 6 or 7 to 6, he probably give you about 2 rebounds. And he gives you that energy that lets you know that, hey, we could win this game. You know, with that injury.
Who gets rebounds?
I say 2 or 3. You know, a guard will bounce their way eventually. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but 3 points, hell yeah, they got it bounce right back to him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So Shota, your thoughts on that injury, and if the Knicks was to lose tonight, of course you already said they're gonna close them out. Like Joe said, they got to win 3. The Knicks only got to win 1. Yeah. So your thoughts on that injury to Jason Tatum?
It's terrible. It's terrible. You know, light-skinned cats in the NBA don't come back from.
Hey,
Lord have mercy.
No, you gonna stop with that already?
Oh God damn!
I missed that. I didn't hear what you say. I missed that one.
The NBA, man, they get tripped up.
Oh my damn! This Negro said that shit.
What did he say? I missed it, man.
He said, you know, them light-skinned cats in the NBA.
I'm all black. My mama happened to be a lighter skin than my daddy.
My goodness.
He is mixed, so he light skinned. He mixed.
That dude could walk down the. If you dress him in a 3-piece, who take his tattoos away, you mistake him for a daggone white dude. Stop.
Who you talking about?
Jason Tatum.
No, you won't.
No, you won't.
Now that's far. Now that's going far.
Yeah, that's too far.
That's a bridge way too far.
Too far.
Well, like
and I don't even want to cross that bridge.
I'm just saying that's just how I see it. But Jason Tatum, I don't see with that Achilles injury is going to be. It's going to be tough because this off season in the NBA it's going to be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Look how long it took Porzingis to come back from his ankle injury.
I guess what I'm gonna say this, man, with Jason Tatum, man, I hate to see that he get injury, but with modern medicine, you know what's the thing that baseball players used to get? They was done. Tommy John surgery, the Tommy John.
Yeah,
but now they get Tommy John surgery all the time. Now with this Achilles, those guys, shoot, Adrian Peterson, I think that was his Achilles, right?
No, he had torn ligament.
Oh, that was his knee.
That was his knee. Okay. What knee? But Durant, Achilles. I mean, these players come back, and I think he's gonna come back a much stronger than he was this year. But speaking of Jason Tatum, let me get him my high horse right here. Motherfucking Sixers. We could have had Jason Tatum. We fucking got fucking Markel folks. Oh, I'm clapping. I didn't mean to clap. We could have had.
Man,
Jason
somebody
Tatum.
take the keyboard for him.
Man, fuck that. But we could have had Jason Tatum. I could have had a damn championship right now. But we wouldn't got Markel folks. And that motherfucker not even fucking lead no goddamn. Exactly. He got it fuck. Yeah. Number one draft pick.
He was that dude that came to Orlando and was hurt from the day he got drafted. That dude.
Yeah, but real talk though. But I agree with y'all. With the injury to with Tatum, I believe that you can't replace that 30 to 40 damn points. And Farrah, I'm coming to you for this next damn question because you brought it up though. Before we close this out on this series, has Jaylen Brown lived up to his $300 million contract in your opinion?
Hell no. No, he got 334 million for last year's championship, and that's it. Or year before? Was it year before or last year?
Last year.
Okay, that's it. Because like I said, I don't see 334 million playing this year, and I don't see Porzingis, and I don't see Derek White. They're done. So no.
I got you. Matt Professor, I'm coming to you. And this, and you know, I want you to analyze this for me. Is Jaylen Brown the version of Jalen Hurts? You know, because nobody wants to say, hey, this guy is a great player. They don't deserve the money. So do you see any kind of resemblance between those two, not getting the respect that they deserve? So just like I just said, has Jaylen Brown lived up to his $300 million contract, in your opinion?
Well, since he just signed and it's only been a year, I'm gonna say no. We're not gonna know that until the entirety of the contract plays out or he's traded or whatever. I would say he's only disrespected in that nobody thinks he can do it.
Right.
That's why when I'm including me, I'm one of them. I mean, that's why when Tatum went down, all of us, everybody who's basketball fans and especially fans of Boston went, oh shit, it's over.
Yeah.
So, you know, okay, now the game's tied 44-44, but still.
Okay.
And Jaylen Brown is actually Jaylen Brown and Drew Holiday crushing it right now. But anyway, like I said, you can't say in 1 year whether or not he's lived up to a contract.
Okay. I got you.
Because he did something to get that contract.
Yeah. They won a damn championship with Jason Tatum, who the Sixers could have got with the #1 draft pick. But we were Markel Fultz. But
You're just not going to move on from that narrative.
No, I digress, man. I digress. Shit. Then we got Ben Simmons, bitch ass, with a #1 pick. But I digress. I'm letting it go.
That was the one that killed y'all.
Yeah, I'm letting it go, man. And then we played goddamn playoff P. That motherfucker wore a mask when he came to the game because he robbed us. But I digress. We talking about this year's basketball.
He done robbed everybody. That's what you talking about.
So Shata, my question to you is: does Jaylen Brown not getting respect because he got that $300 million contract? And like I said, is he the NBA version of Jalen Hurts in the NFL? In your opinion?
No. For the mere fact that he hasn't. I agree with Matt Professor. He just got the contract based off of the season they had and winning the championship. So they kind of rewarded him for his hard work. Now, to see if he deserves it, now he can start tonight. You know what I'm saying? And and start saying, okay, Tatum went down. Time for me to go ahead and show everybody what they've been doubting me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is his opportunity to say, you know what? Let me go out here and do my thing. We're not saying that he's going to go out there and single-handedly help the Celtics beat the Knicks.
Yeah.
But the effort that he puts and the leadership that he shows could go ahead, could go a long way towards people being comfortable with him getting that money.
I got you. And I want you to answer this question there, Tim Dow. You saw with Joseph, what percentage, everybody wants your answers, but the Celtics being together after the season, then I want you to answer the question about Jaylen Brown. Is he's the NBA version of Jalen Hurts not getting the respect, even though he got that big money for what he did last year, in your opinion, Tim Dow? Answer Joe's question first, then you can answer the second part if you can.
I'm going to say most of them going to still be there because.
Well, at least Tatum and Jalen.
Pritchard,
Tatum and Jalen are definitely going to be there.
Yeah, they're going to be there. Only one I think I can see really not being there is Porzingis.
Yeah.
And because they invested 3 years in him and they pretty much didn't get their money's worth. But I'm going to say they're going to keep pretty much the core of them, except for some people on the bench that, probably maybe didn't get any time and they want to use them as trade bait.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say the majority of that team was, they're a championship team. You just have one player go down. That doesn't mean that the team is, bad.
Yeah.
It just means that they had a bad injury that cost them the season.
Yeah.
Now, as far as Jaylen Brown, I would say, yeah, he is kind of like, oh boy, where he doesn't get the respect. But remember, when Jaylen Brown first got there, people were saying, oh, him and Jason Tatum, they're not going to work together.
I remember that too. I do remember that.
They were saying that for years. And look at them now. They went through, I don't know how many playoffs games and losses together, Eastern Conference a couple of times and lost, and then they finally win one. But you don't hear that they can't work together anymore.
Yeah.
You don't hear that at all. And not everybody's, now they eating humble pie.
Yeah.
So to say that he doesn't deserve that money, you haven't given him a chance.
Yeah.
And he had a great season.
Yeah,
I mean,
agree.
but it wasn't a phenomenal season, but he earns his money in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And right now, Boston, they looking good with him. Like Matt Professor said, him and Holiday and Pritchard, they trying to do their thing.
Yeah. So. See, I try to get you. I thought you were going to stop. I try to come in, but now you're talking. See, that's what I'm talking about, Tim Dog. Let me shut up and let you keep on talking. And of course, for Boston to get there, they had to beat my sorry ass Sixers team. We couldn't beat them bitches for shit. Every time I think about this bullshit.
Give him a drink.
Fuckers, man. Fuck.
He is drinking. That's the problem. That's the problem. He is drinking.
These motherfuckers, man. Damn.
He ain't drinking.
Man. But I digress. Me get this comment before I
hope so. Shit.
Brown just learned to go to his left over the offseason. He's not ready to steer. Okay. I agree.
But there was a question the viewer asked before.
What's that?
They said, I think the question, well, I don't know if it was Joe, said that what are our thoughts on the Celtics staying together?
Yeah, go ahead.
And I think right now, it's too early to even have that discussion because number one, the lottery just happened, and of course, you know who got the lottery. But I think with Giannis and the whole Lakers and all that stuff going on, I think we're gonna have to wait before we can make a judgment on that because you're gonna see some teams making some things to match up, and if you get too many players, like they saying Cooper Flag could go to freaking daggone the Mavericks. Okay, so if Cooper Flag goes to the Mavericks, you got Wemby down there, then you got Cooper Flag on the other side.
Wemby not on the Mavericks.
No, I'm saying in Texas. I'm saying Wemby plays for San Antonio and Cooper Flag plays for freaking
Mavs.
Yeah, we all know that, but what I'm saying is Wemby and Cooper not gonna play together just because they're
in
Texas.
No, he just made a mistake.
Two big men out west like that. You getting two big men playing like back to what Man on the Street was saying. All these teams are getting all these big men that are actually playing like big men. Eventually, these teams are going to have to do something to match it. Just like when Steph came in the league and started doing 3, everybody started shooting the 3.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to have to adjust. So in the offseason, I think is going to be a determination. Maybe midsummer, we could probably revisit that whole conversation.
Look at Brother Law say payroll.
What?
Oh, you just trying to get Giannis down to the Lakers. He ain't coming, Brother Law.
Right.
Man,
keep
that
hope alive.
I don't even want to fucking talk about that bullshit. Some deluded ass Lakers fans are like, man, the Lakers gonna trade Bronny for that #1 pick. Motherfucker, they could.
Yeah, I saw that.
Now I digress.
Go ahead.
I'm agree with Tim. I think said Porzingis is probably definitely not going to be back.
Yep.
And unfortunately, Tim, your boy is under an expiring contract this year too, Derek White. So there's no guarantee he's going to come back. And unfortunately for them, Drew Holiday may be on a trade block next year because he's due almost. His contract is worth. I think next year he's almost due $60 million because
he becomes a free agent next year.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying. But to get from under that, and no, his contract is up in 2027. But next year he's due more than $35 million. And if the Celtics want to make any kind of moves, they're going to have to move on from that kind of contract, and because they're not going to get rid of Tatum or Jalen because Drew is 33 years old at this point.
And they just paid Pritchard last season.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So and Pritchard is younger. So like I say, I think if the 3 will be, if anybody, Porzingis, Derek White, and Drew Holiday.
Yeah.
So the percentage, Joe, since you're asking for it, I'd say maybe 90% of the team is still intact.
Yeah. Yeah, and just like Pharaoh said, Pharaoh, you called it out. He say if anybody, it's going to be Porzingis because he out of the 3 years.
Oh yeah,
he got to go. I think Pharaoh said that. Didn't you say that about Porzingis?
That was Tim.
Tim. Okay, my bad. Shit, y'all both look alike.
No, but I said Porzingis.
What the heck?
I did agree. I did say Porzingis.
You see this?
They black.
Go
ahead, man.
You see yours?
Go ahead,
You look like that
Mr.
turtle.
Robinson, I agree with you.
I know. I know. He can't stay on LeBron. He can't he can't stay on LeBron, man. Professor. But go.
I'm sorry, if you're a Lakers fan, you can't.
Yeah, but go ahead, man. Go ahead, Daryl, man. I didn't mean to cut you off. What you saying? Go ahead. You were saying something about Porzingis.
Who?
Pharaoh. I thought you were saying something.
Oh, I was just saying. Yeah, I agree with the Tim. The Porzingis is gone, son.
Yeah,
Cutting block, baby. Chopping block, whatever you want to call it.
Well, since y'all talking about the GOAT, I'm talking about GOAT James. This man called himself a king killer. Now I guess,
Who called himself that?
Hold on. He called himself a king killer. I guess he got to get him another one because this guy's hurt. But this team, they might be 4-1 tonight as well.
Tonight, Ant-Man and the Timberwolves look to advance the conference finals for back-to-back seasons as they take on the Warriors at home. If Golden State has any chance of winning tonight, they'll have to do it without Steph Curry as he's still sidelined from a hamstring injury.
And I'm coming to you first, Tim, though. I'm going to give you first shot at this. Can the T-Wolves close out the Warriors tonight?
Yeah. And it's all because of Rudy. Because the Warriors, they don't have a big man. Like you saying, every team should have a big man in the paint.
Yeah.
And they can't
unless it's Embiid. Unless it's Embiid, his bitch ass want to shoot 3-pointers. Think he's a fucking guard. His big ass want to be on the goddamn block. His bitch ass. Man. Did I take that damn donut out your goddamn mouth? You try to Philly, man, and beat your. My bad, Tim, dog.
This motherfucker playing seven. This motherfucker playing 7 shades of Embiid.
Yeah.
No, 7
degrees. 7 degrees of Embiid.
Hot, man. But go ahead, Tim, dog. I'm sorry, man.
God damn.
No, but Minnesota should take him out tonight. And Rudy Gobert, this series has been like his golden child. I mean, he just doing whatever he wants because nobody can stop him.
Yeah.
So they should close it out tonight at home too. Oh,
I got you. Now I'm coming to you, Matt Professor, and just like I heard Matt, not Matt Professor, but Shota, his favorite person in all the world, Stephen A. Smith said this. There's one thing about Anthony Edwards. He has that killer gene like a Jordan. He wants the big moment. He wants to step up in the big moment.
He gonna get cut.
So can you see them closing out we're gonna talk about Steph Curry, his injury just a little bit because we talked about it last week. But can you see them closing the boys out tonight to go to their second straight Western Conference Finals? Your opinion?
I can, because right now Golden State is more hurt than anybody else in the league other than Boston.
Boston, yeah.
So fortunately for Minnesota, they're playing Golden State. Like I said, who's injured? Because I think somebody else has been playing with an injury. I don't forget who I was reading something earlier today.
He been on a rise.
But Jonathan is great, but he can't cover for their deficiencies enough.
Yeah.
Because he'd have to score his and Steph's.
Yeah.
So I agree with everybody up to this point. Yeah, I can see Minnesota closing it out tonight. Will they? We don't know, because Minnesota can get ahead of their skis sometime and play well above their britches. But so we'll see.
Boy, that's some country shit you just said.
yeah. It's a country shit, but I'm coming to you, Farrell, because you're exactly right. Because everybody is on the Anthony Edwards train right now. They want to make him the face of the league, barring the outside noise. He's a great basketball player. The outside noise,
ass daddy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But hey, pay $1 million. Like 50 Cent say, have a baby by me, be a millionaire.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pay $1 million up front. So I'm not singing the song. I was just about to say I wasn't gonna sing the song like Tim Dog. Then this bitch comes and sing the goddamn song.
Thank you.
He can't help himself, man.
He can't help himself, man. But Farrell, can you see the Wolves closing it out tonight?
I'm gonna say yes for one reason. Draymond Green's gonna do some dumb shit.
Always.
He gonna do some dumb shit, and he gonna get ejected, and it's over with.
It's amazing how hated he is for doing. It's amazing how hated he is. I mean, he talked more shit. He talked more shit than the 10th player on the Bulls bench during the 90s. and adds just about as much.
Mm-hmm.
Look at his career.
That's what I'm saying. He adds just about as much.
Yeah,
but get grayer every goddamn year. That's it.
Every year, nigga. Every game.
Before I come to you, Shata, before you answer the question, but fellas, but that's what you need on that. That's what you need in you. You need somebody to be the antagonizer. You know, the Bulls had Dennis Rodman. He antagonized on
Rodman can rebound.
But I'm just saying.
No, he can't. Look at his damn average
Draymond is
game.
a great defender, and he's a good rebounder, and he can hit an occasional.
He's an okay rebounder.
What I'm saying is, you need that antagonizer to get the other player's best player out of the team. Dylan Brooks tried to do
cost them the game.
I understand, but what I'm trying to say, you try to antagonize their best player, and just like Dylan Brooks, he's trying to be that player to get they start playing out of that. No, I'm just saying.
In the last game, Draymond was fined $50,000 for criticizing the officials yet again.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is
now they're going to be looking out for his bullshit.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, on the championship team, you need that antagonizer to get you hype when you're down.
Yeah, especially if you're not that good. But if you're good, you don't have to worry about that kind of player.
That's what you say. You play your position. Hey, and this is what we're gonna get. I hate to say, I'm gonna come to you, Shata. This is gonna get Draymond Green in the Hall of Fame because of his antics. Hey, I hate to say it, it's gonna get him.
He don't know Hall of Fame.
Watch.
No, he's gonna get in because he's part of this. He's part of this
exactly.
team.
Exactly. Watch. Okay, then. But Shata, you see the T-Wolves closing out tonight against the goddamn Warriors.
They should and they could, but sometimes with the T-Wolves, man, they just act up. The games that we expect them to go in and just do something, they shit the bed. So I'm not leaving that up to. I'm not 100% on board that they're gonna close it out. I know they will win the series, but as far as Ant-Man is concerned, he definitely got the Mamba mentality.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying when he is when he's locked in. When he's locked in and he's determined, if Ant-Man
gets, you see how you said win,
bro. When he gets half court and you have 3 men and 3 defenders,
Tim, I'm fine.
Nobody stops him.
But you just said win though. It's not every damn game.
Okay, but my thing is,
you can't say he got mama mentality. He's not on that level. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna agree with Shata.
I'm not calling him the Mamba. I said he has Mamba mentality.
I can't even give him that. I'm not even there.
I'm gonna agree with both of y'all because he does have the mentality. He does have the killer instinct.
He
that
has
you want.
a mentality. Yes.
He has the killer instinct that you want.
Nah.
He has the killer instinct that you want, but in your defense, Pharaoh. No, let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish. Then, if I don't answer what you about to say, then you can come back. He has the killer instinct that Shota is talking about, but he also has the immaturity that you're talking about, and he has to be able to balance them both to become the complete player that we all can see that he's going to be. He's not there now. What he's 22, 23?
When Kobe came in the league.
About right?
When Kobe came in the league.
I thought he was older than that.
It might be. I'm just saying. I thought 22, 23. But go ahead, Shota.
But my point is, when Kobe came into the league, was Kobe playing like that in his first or second year?
No, Kobe's on the bench.
My point
Okay, yeah, he is 23.
Yeah, Kobe didn't start. Kobe had to earn his spot. Kobe was coming off the bench. He was coming behind
Kobe didn't have
Eddie.
Kobe didn't have 4 fucking kids already
he
either.
came into the league and told Cats that he was going to come in here and Cats was going to know who he was, and he is stuck to that.
So, hey, that's your opinion. I applaud
His
y'all.
numbers,
I
his
just
numbers
don't see it.
support it.
I don't care.
I guess what I'm saying, what I'm saying to you, Farrah, and y'all both saying the same thing. You see the immaturity side of him, and Shota, you see the killer side of him. But Matt Professor, tell me if I'm wrong, but if he's able to combine them both, hey, I need to stop doing the dumb shit and keep that killer instinct. He probably be the face of the league. That's what I'm saying.
But see, that's coming into the league. That was the complaint about him, is that he was highly immature.
Yeah,
that was, everybody said he's talented as hell. He could be so much better if he learned some damn maturity. And honestly, you can see that a lot in the way he plays and the way he responds to adversity. He does that. That's why if there's any team that's very talented in the league that I would never put money on, it is Minnesota, because you don't know which ant is coming to the game.
Exactly.
And that's my point.
Yeah, but like I say, y'all both saying the same thing.
Yeah, y'all are.
You talking
we said the same thing
immaturity
about
side.
LeBron James when he came in. He was that guy when he came in. You know, he knew how to play the game. He knew what was going on.
But would you say LeBron?
Why can't Anthony Edwards have the same mentality?
So you telling me LeBron had a Mamba mentality when he came in the league?
No. LeBron was his own
that's
person.
all I'm saying.
Before I come to you, Tim Dog, y'all saying the same thing. Farrell, you saying that he's not mature enough.
I'm just saying I don't see a Mamba. Everybody, they want to compare him to whatever, and he already compared himself to Jordan, whatever the case is. Just be yourself and go play the damn game. I don't want to compare you to people that we already know.
Nobody is comparing. I said he had a Mamba mentality, meaning when he gets the ball and he wants to score, it's very rare somebody's going to stop him. That's all I said. Nobody said he's Kobe. Kobe was on the bench for the first 2 years, like Man on the Street said. This man came into a team that ain't been nothing even since Kevin Garnett.
Yeah, but like I say, and let Matt Fester, y'all basically saying the same thing. He got the mentality, and he's still immature. But he needs to calm down on one. If he could combine both of them together, he could be the face of the league. Tim Dog,
I agree.
Your thoughts on Anthony Edwards?
I say he has phenomenal talent, but all his life he's probably been told that, and he's real brash, real arrogant, but his game makes up for all those faults that he had. But eventually he's going to have to realize that his attitude towards other people, other players, or the game itself needs to be an attitude of business, an attitude of professionalism. What you do outside of NBA, that's your personal business, but at the same time you are representing the NBA. You're representing the team. By you going out there acting like you in high school, getting temper tantrums, you can foul the shit out of somebody, but as soon as somebody touch you, you're always hollering and screaming to the rest. That is something that the coach and the team owners have to deal with. And if they don't, it's just going to get out of hand. He's going to be one of those disgruntled players who blames everyone but himself.
And I'm glad you say that. And before we go to the next question, Matt Professor, this is why the NBA is having a goddamn identity crisis. Who's going to be the face of the league? Of course, like I said, LeBron James long in the tooth, time for him to step aside. But now you got players like Anthony Edwards, still immature. You got players like Ja Morant, immature. You know what I'm saying? You got Jaylen Brown, but they don't want him because he's not as flashy as those guys.
Right. And
you got Tatum. He's in between.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that's the NBA problem.
Right.
These guys, I don't think they know how to take the mantle from the person. It's like, hey, I'm the face of the league now because they're being so immature.
Well,
so is that part of the problem as well, Matt?
The problem is we talked about this, I think, a month and a half, 2 months ago.
Yes.
Nobody should be given the fucking title of face of the league. You can't just fucking say this person is the face of the league. That person has to show they're the face of the league, because as good as Jordan was, it wasn't until he started showing people his third and fourth year that he became the face of the league.
That's right.
So Anthony Edwards coming up and saying, "Yeah, I'm the face," nigga, you ain't shit until you do something.
Right.
Yeah.
And winning games and getting playoff series wins don't mean a goddamn thing if you're not the kind of person people would fucking follow into a fire. People would follow Michael Jordan into a fire, and as much as I dislike him, sometimes people would follow LeBron James into a fire. Nobody's fucking following you. Nobody.
And you know what
until
else?
he can be a leader, he's never going to be the fucking face of the league.
I agree.
And Farrah, I'm coming to you. And what you just said about Michael Jordan, but see, Michael Jordan also had other great players in the league. You had Barkley, you had Bird,
and that's my point.
But those guys kept the league calm. They wasn't acting all crazy like these players are today. And that's what I'm saying with Ja Morant.
Charles did now.
Huh?
Yes.
No, but what I'm saying is, but you had Charles Barkley may act out, but you also had Bird. You had Bird.
You had other players that would call him out on his shit.
Yeah, you still had Dr. J. You had Moses Malone.
Right.
I mean, you had great players, MVP players. You might have a couple of them that was knuckleheads, but the majority of the players kept calm. Isaiah Thomas, Joe Dumars,
Latrell Sprewell,
No, that's later, man. That's the 90s.
That's 2000.
That's 92,000. Yeah, but I'm talking about doing Jordan time. You know, Jordan became the face, but Jordan he kept his head on.
He took it for Magic
because one thing I guess before I come to Pharaoh, Jordan was a representation of his family. He knew if he do something stupid, I'm embarrassing my father and my mother. I can't do that. I can't embarrass them, and I don't think these young guys in this NBA right now think about that because of the fact, and you say this all the time, Pharaoh, when you tell your kids, I'm not your fucking friend. I'm your fucking father. And these guys now, they parents, they damn near the same age, and they can't differentiate the two.
I think what you're trying to say is back then they had, when you came into the league, you had a brotherhood that you had to get baptized into. You had steps to get to that level. Now everybody coming to the league expect to be at that level. It don't work like that.
I got you, Pharaoh. Goddamn, Pharaoh, boy, you sound just like Shota. Go ahead.
Hey, we just switch roles. That's all.
So I guess you agreeing with what he's saying?
No, yeah. I mean, but you also got to understand they didn't have social media back then.
Yeah.
Today, look at the soldiers. I mean, we're gonna say, look at the soldiers. Look at what things is going on. Everybody is trying to be friends or known or flashy or whatever the case is, and it's too easy, it's too accessible. So you don't have that, like you said, brotherhood. When you ever see other players at the end of the game shake hands, dap it up, and sign each other's shit? Man, no, you ain't getting this.
Yeah,
you know, I do have a problem with that. I have a problem with that because the competitive edge in sports seems to be gone thanks to social media. It's just like I know none of y'all on here are wrestling fans. I am, and I have been for a long time. I didn't like nowadays that wrestlers have a fucking social media page that shows the real them.
I hate it.
What are you talking about? WWE?
In wrestling, kayfabe is the most important thing they have. If somebody think you're a bad guy, I remember back in the day they try to whip your ass in public. Nowadays, everybody know you're just fucking acting.
Yeah.
You talking about WWE shit?
But it's going to your point. No. Shut up, Pharaoh. It's going to your point that social media is destroying the fucking is destroying rivalries. It just is.
Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. It's nothing there anymore.
That's what I was getting at, Pharaoh. That's why you need to just listen.
Yeah, because trust me, you couldn't tell me.
You said
you couldn't tell
WWE.
me-
I'm like, nobody knows that shit.
No, because you couldn't tell me. Like I said before, man. Before my mother passed, I used to call my mother every Monday night, and we talk wrestling. Did you see such and such? Hey, we had that conversation, and like you say, Bad Professor. Now we know all that shit was fake. It just took all the joy out of it. But
Right,
Tim
they
Dog,
ruined it.
I'm gonna come to you, man, because we still on the Warriors right now. With Steph Curry being hurt, can Jimmy Butler step up and be that superstar that the Warriors need to extend this series? Your thoughts?
Oh yeah, he can, but you go into a new team and you trying to fit in, and it's kind of difficult at first. So I see him being real passive a lot in this series, and it's just because he doesn't really have a role other than the reputation of Jimmy Buckets.
Facts.
So that the cohesion isn't there. But by Steph being out, if I was Jimmy, I would be demanding and taking over, only because that's who he is. But when you go to a new team, you don't want to be that assertive and step on any toes or anything like that. But he needs to, because he's been real janky. I'm not gonna say janky, passive.
I'm gonna say this. Tim Dog, and I'm coming to you. I'm Shata. The hell with that. The best player on the team is hurt. I'm the second best player on this team. And all that, I'm scared. I don't want to shoot. Fuck that.
Right. That's the attitude he needs to have.
That's the attitude he needs. Exactly. So he should have had that attitude coming to the goddamn team. I'm the second best player after Klay Thompson left. I'm the second best player on this team. They're not gonna go to Draymond to be the star of the team. No, shit. He should have had that attitude from the get-go. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
No.
And the bottom line is, you also got to remember, when the teams that Jimmy Butler played before, played like the Heat, and where was he? Chicago before that?
Yeah.
He was the fucking Sixers, man. And we traded we let motherfucker go. We let him go to get a motherfucker. Now his ass playing fucking bitch ass Detroit. But why you know what the fuck he's trying to do. You know what he's trying to do, man. Y'all know what y'all trying to do. Y'all always trying to do
I apologize for poking the bear.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You ain't poked that much.
I apologize.
Nah, you put a firecracker in his ass.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is,
Damn.
Bad fella, I'd rather you say put it in my mouth. Don't put it in my ass.
no, not in your basket. I don't like the way y'all be going back and forth. It makes me uncomfortable. No Diddy, man.
First it's the link. Now we put
no
it
Diddy, man.
Go ahead, Shota, man.
Baby, bring me the baby oil. Jenkins needs some.
Can Jimmy Butler step up and be the superstar the Warriors need to stay in this series?
No, for the mere fact that he has showed that you expected him to go to the Warriors and be brash and beat Jimmy Butler. It's almost like he went to the Warriors and became demure. You know what I'm saying? The teams that Jimmy Butler has played before, you expect when Jimmy Butler steps on the court, you expect the pace to pick up or something to happen. You know what I'm saying? Now he comes on the court and is like, oh, they put Jimmy Butler in. Okay. Oh, okay. He passed the ball. Okay. Oh, he got a layup. There is no passion to Jimmy Butler's game anymore.
Yeah.
He's just out there just going through the motions. And I'm sorry. He's done.
I got you, Matt Professor. Can Jimmy Butler step up?
I'm gonna push back on that. I'm gonna push back on that a little bit before I answer, because when you're traded mid-season, where you're going to a team where you're clearly not going to be the number one, where you're used to being number one, it is a change in mentality. You don't go in slinging your dick thinking that yours is the biggest in the room when it's not. So, it's not, and that's the problem. He's younger than Steph, yes, he is. But he doesn't have the pedigree Steph has. Let's take away Steph's shooting.
No. I'm not talking about.
Can I ask you this, Matt Professor?
Shoot.
But can I ask you this, Matt Professor? With Steph Curry going down, though, now you need to show that you got the biggest.
Technically not his team, though.
I got you.
It's not his team yet.
Okay.
Now, if this had happened next year when he had been on a team more than a year, then yes, he should step up because he's the biggest name on the team after Steph and Draymond. But right now, it's still not his team. Fuck, I'd say it's still more Jonathan Kuminga's team than it is
Can
Jimmy
I ask
Butler.
a question? Can I ask a question? Is Jimmy
And-
Butler there for a long period of time? I mean, how long is his contract with the Warriors?
I want to say it expires after next season.
I think so too. Yeah.
He gonna get traded.
So, so to answer the
Just like
question
that.
though, he can step up.
Yeah.
I would hope he would step up just so that the team isn't embarrassed, because I want to see Steph come back and play maybe one more game. But honestly, I see Minnesota closing it out.
All right. And Pharaoh.
I would love to see
Close that-
Jimmy Butler in Dallas, believe it or not, with Kyrie.
Yeah, they will close it out, Pharaoh. And you already asked that question, but can
Kyrie
Jimmy
and
Butler step
Anthony.
up?
Ooh.
Can he step up and take those guys to extend this series, in your opinion?
Jimmy Butler got a 2-year, $121 million contract.
So next year.
So can he step up? Of course, but will they win? No.
Okay. All right. Shit.
Simple.
Oh, yeah. No facing goddamn Jimmy. I tell you.
It
boy.
ain't about
It's not a lack of faith
You
in
came
him.
at the end of the season to learn a team,
Right.
a
And
team's chemistry.
that's my issue.
And-
That's my thing.
now-
It's not like with
Man's gone.
Luka. It's not like with Luka going to the Lakers where he was going to be the clear number one when he got there.
Yeah.
But he's
It's-
overweight,
there's
so
a
he fucked
difference.
that up.
Yeah, and I agree with y'all with Jimmy Butler. With Jimmy Butler going there, and with Steph Curry going there, I think he can step up. But like you say though, Jimmy Butler will probably get you about 20. Steph probably get you 30 to 50. You still short,
right?
20 points. You still short.
Y'all missing it. Draymond Green's gonna fuck it up.
Yeah, I got that. But
No, we agree with that.
But I'm just talking about when you look at.
We agree with that.
What I'm saying is, if you look at
Nobody's arguing with him on that.
when you look at Jimmy Butler stepping up,
Yeah,
he can step up. Yeah, he can give you 25 points. But Steph Curry,
you gonna get 30.
Steph Curry,
I guess
no,
you
no,
get
but
30
Steph
tonight.
Curry probably give you 40 points.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then Steph Curry give you that killer. When you think you about to come back, then you shoot that bitch from across half court, hitting up the bottom of the net. Then you deflate it again like my fucking Sixers.
Well,
We ain't had no goddamn
because
three-point
he
shooters.
shoots the
Fucking
ball.
Embiid out there on the three-point line thinking he goddamn Steph Curry. Then we goddamn Maxey. Maxey, you play good, man. Max, we not gonna trade you, all right? But bitch ass Embiid, your ass out of shape, went to the goddamn Olympics. You should have played for goddamn France or whoever the fuck you came from, Cameroon or fuck that team is. But you came in goddamn out of shape. My Sixers ain't make the fucking playoff. We ain't even goddamn 30 points, but we do got the third number pick in the draft though. Yeah.
Hey, y'all.
Is that a segue?
No, because we still gotta talk about one more. We gotta talk about one more playoff team, man. Matt Professor, you up first, man. Because I think this is the best series right now. The Thunder and the goddamn Nuggets.
4 minutes left in the fourth, tied at 96. SGA goes to work. He had 31 points, 7 assists. What a move. And the Thunder are leading by 2. About 3 minutes to play in the fourth. Murray shot is blocked by Chet Holmgren. But Jokic grabs the rebound and lays it in. He had 44 points in 44 minutes. Next OKC possession. SGA lobbing it to Hartenstein, who slams it home. Thunder up 2. Next Denver possession. Jokic banks in the floater, and we're tied at 100. Next Thunder possession. It's this battle of MVPs. SGA hits the J plus the foul, and the Thunder go up 3 after the made free throw. Next Nuggets possession. Jokic says, my turn. Hits the contested fadeaway 3. What an unreal shot by Jokic. He had 15 boards to go along with those 44 points. He had 5 assists as well. OKC fans are like, no. We're tied. Next Thunder possession. Jalen Williams drains a corner 3, and there was much rejoicing as the Thunder go up 3. Under a minute to play, same score. SGA says, enough is enough. This is over. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 6 boards, 7 assists with those 31 points, and the Thunder take a 3-2 series lead, winning at home over Denver.
Matt Professor, I'm coming to you first. How impressed are you about them young guns down there with Oklahoma Thunders to be able to come back and win that game?
Well, that's the team we all said coming into the playoffs is the most dangerous team in the playoffs right now. We all said that. So I'm not shocked that they're doing this, to be perfectly honest. The only thing I want to see is if this shit gonna go to a game 7 or not. I don't want to see. That's what I want to see.
And that's why I say
this the kind of series that's gonna come down to the last 2 possessions.
Yeah, and that's why I say, I know we talked about Anthony Edwards and we talked about John Morant, but this guy SGA, this guy quiet. goes out there, play the basketball game the way he's supposed to, and make
you know what? I was
going to
bring him up during our discussion of Ant, but I knew we were talking about this later on. But yeah, he could easily be the face of the league because he's not demanding it.
He's not demanding it. He let it come to him
on the court.
Yeah, and then that one year that who won it? Either Embiid won MVP or was it Jokic? SGA won that MVP that year, in my opinion. I can't remember what year that was, but SGA he had the best. He had the best year. But Tim Dog, those young guns, how impressed are you with the Thunders coming back against a championship team now? That's not a scrub team. That's a championship team against the Nuggets, in your opinion.
Man, I am thoroughly impressed because I was thinking that not that they would fold because they don't have the experience, whereas Denver, they've been there, done that like Boston, but just like Cleveland, OKC has not like Cleveland. I'll take that back. OKC, unlike Cleveland, have a roster of players that can produce. And I always say that it's come down to experience, but OKC, they look like they handling their own. Even though Jokic got 44 and 15 yesterday, I don't see them trying to stop Jokic when they go back home. So yeah, I see this going 7, but OKC, they impressed me tremendously.
Chacha, your thoughts on them young guns down there at OKC?
They are who we thought they were.
And we let them off the hook.
I'm just calling it like it is.
Yeah.
Listen, man, that boy, that boy on that team, I don't know his name. He was injured, I think, and then he came into the game.
Second.
Got the dreads or got the ponytail, the dreads and the ponytail. What's his name?
Yeah. Jay Williams.
Is that
Jay
him?
Williams.
He's impressed me this season. His game has gotten tremendously better. I mean, his off the dribble, cutting to the hole, finding the moving without the ball. Man, he makes SGA work easy. So I'm man, let me tell you, I've been watching this series. I haven't missed a game of this series because I thoroughly enjoy watching these guys play against each other.
I say that too, man. This is probably the best series. The other ones, they're decent, but this has been the best series for me because they going back and forth. SGA showing that he can be an MVP, and just like you say, Matt Professor can be the face of the league. And then, of course, the Joker. Like I said, I hate a big man shooting threes, but when you own, you
can get him like that,
you get him like that.
But it's 2-inch vertical.
So Pharaoh, Pharaoh.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on this game, and of course those young guns down there in OKC.
You said it, man, on the street. Both teams got big men.
Yeah.
Both teams got big men. And I believe one of these two teams will be the champion, depending on who pulls it out. They'll be the NBA champions because they have big men that can play. And there's no other team that has those because everybody's small.
Yep.
So, with that being said, we all got Oklahoma. I'm pretty sure we all got Oklahoma winning it all. But I mean, Denver.
Well, now.
In the beginning we said that.
Yeah,
no,
I think OKC is the number 1 seed. I think they're the number 1 seed in the West, right?
Overall, they're number 1 overall.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm just saying they both teams got big men. They play well off the ball. Dribbling, rebound, whatever.
They're the best two teams I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're the best two teams. And that takes us to my next question. There, Shot. I want you to answer this first. Will Russell Westbrook be the scapegoat if the Nuggets don't advance to the Western Conference Finals?
Why are you picking on that dude, man?
I ain't picking on. I'm just being honest because
people are already starting to say the shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Really?
So, Shot, I'm getting your first shot at it.
No, he's not going to be the scapegoat. The fact of the matter is, come on, man.
Come on, man. Like, for real.
Is there anybody out there that's sitting here thinking, Russell Westbrook going to be the big difference? No.
That dude is high energy, man.
He is high energy, but the fact of the matter is, Russell Westbrook is going to be Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
I got that, but Matt Preston, you just say the question is, will he be the scapegoat? No, that's what I'm saying because they're about to say it. Go ahead.
That's what pisses me off about that question. They put Russell Westbrook on teams over and over and over. Yeah. Act like he's the number 1 fucking problem when no one ever has a problem with him on the team.
Exactly.
It's only people on the outside. Only people on the outside have issues with him.
And Matt Preston, they make it seem that he's the first option.
Right. But and the thing of it is, he's used to being the first option, but you can see his last 3 years, he's been dialing that shit back.
The back, yeah.
He's definitely dealt it back with the Nuggets because all you see is Murray, Jokic,
and that's what I'm about to say. I said this when we hadn't been doing a sports show, but I said this when the Lakers traded for him. I would have him coming off the bench.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have started him with that lineup they had. I'd have had him coming off the bench.
I think everybody
because that's the energy that they would need off the bench.
Yes,
and right now, Denver. I don't remember if he starts every game, but his role on the team is that I didn't think he did. That his role on the team is exactly what he brings. They bring him in for certain situations, and he is killing it. So how dare I? And I saw this shit on ESPN, which pissed me off. Why the fuck am I gonna say? I was flipping through channels and they had shit else to watch. My day was long. Anyway, they were saying, Is Russell Westbrook gonna cost this team? I'm like, are y'all fucking kidding?
And that's why I brought it up.
He wasn't even in the highlights.
But that's right. But that's why I brought it up there, Pharaoh, because of the how people think about Russell Westbrook. They won because the Nuggets won the championship. He wasn't there. Now he's on the team. They're gonna use him as the scapegoat. Not us. Not the Nuggets. Not the players that played with them. But the majority in the media, hey, they probably would have won if Russell Westbrook was on the team.
Because in fact, somebody asked Jokic that in the last game, and he said it's a team effort.
Exactly.
He said we fucking lost.
But you're playing a team that's just as good or better. So what the hell is that happening?
For me, man, on the street, I'm saying that's low hanging fruit, man. Come on, really?
I got that, man, but that's why I asked the question. Tim Dog. That's why I asked us the question, man. Hey, why y'all coming at the moderator?
I'm not coming at you. It just pisses me off.
Something stupid and idiotic
like that. Pisses me off.
So damn well you only got it from ESPN.
That's the media picking on somebody, man.
Watching ESPN, man.
I did get it from ESPN because I listen to a lot of sports channels, but I know Russell Westbrook, Tim Dog, will probably get the blame if they don't get to the Western Conference Finals because of the fact that he's always been that scapegoat. When they lost to the Spurs, they was up 3-1. Russell Westbrook didn't pass Kevin Durant the ball. When he went to Houston, right? I think he played with Houston, right?
Yeah,
he wasn't that player that they expected.
No, that's where he got all the assists.
But what I'm saying is, he was the low hanging fruit. When he went to the Lakers, well, he shouldn't have played. Like Matt Professor say, they shouldn't have started him or whatever. He was of course, everybody, LeBron, Westbrook. Now he's with Denver. That's what I'm saying. It's low hanging fruit, but the narrative is already out there.
Right, but at the same time, when you look at Russell Westbrook, the only person I could actively say I could compare Russell Westbrook to is Gary Payton, but without the drama. He's just gonna be on the team, do what he got to do. Russell Westbrook is just trying to find a ring.
But we all agree, and that's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with y'all, but the narrative is out there. If the Nuggets don't get to the conference finals, they're gonna put it on Russell Westbrook because the other players was already on the team. Russell Westbrook was the next piece that they got in to make it to the next level. Man, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I got to get Tim Dog here. Tim Dog.
First of all, who's pushing the narrative? Second of all, every team that Russell Westbrook's been on, from Oklahoma City to Denver, everyone says how good of a teammate he is, how his work ethic is. And how can a man who comes off the bench, who just got to a team, make them lose a chance to win a championship? It's idiotic. That right there is just them trying to put the blame on someone or something that they don't like. And we all know how that goes.
True.
So Russell Westbrook, he doesn't say anything about it. The team that he's on, they have number of praises. And if I was him, I'll let them keep on talking and then give him the finger and say, fuck y'all, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, and like I say, I just brought the question up because I agree with y'all. I think Russell Westbrook is one of the best players, one of the best guards in the NBA right now. His energy, the energy that he has, he brings to the table. You need that on the team. But there's going to be some people out there be like, hey, I wouldn't put him on my team. But like Matt Professor, I think all y'all say that. Hey, when you talk to the players on that team, hey man, he's the best team, one of the best teammates we ever had. Don't cause no drama. You know, he is high energy, but the narrative is out there, man. I mean, and change the narrative, Matt Professor. Oh, you wait for this day. And it finally came. He said he's not going to play for your team anymore. Y'all, he don't want to eat no more crawfish, and he's actually done. Oh, shit. Hit the wrong button, but here comes the video.
We continue to follow breaking news out of the NFL, where New Orleans Saints quarterback Derek Carr has announced his retirement. The team says Carr was dealing with a torn labrum in his shoulder as well as a damaged rotator cuff. Carr was a second-round pick by the Raiders back in 2014, and he spent the past 2 seasons in New Orleans. He finishes his career as a 4-time Pro Bowler with more than 41,000 career passing yards and 257 total touchdowns. Carr did release a statement this morning, reading in part, quote, "Upon reflection of prayer and in discussion with Heather, I've decided to retire from the National Football League. For more than 11 years, we have been incredibly blessed, and we are forever grateful and humbled by this experience."
So my question to you is, Matt Professor, should he have retired before the NFL draft, in your opinion?
Yes, because it cost the team $30 million to have him on the fucking roster.
You damn straight.
But that's what I said about him last year. He's a trash human being and a trash football player. I've never fucking liked him. And to answer Joe, your statement, Joe, I don't think that neither one of them are a good role player. I think they're not good sometimes at the role people try to have them play.
Yeah.
That is a difference between not being a good role player and not being good at your role.
Yeah.
But Derek Carr knew what was going on. And the problem I fucking have is there's been rumors going on since he announced his shoulder issue that before he even signed this extension that their dumbasses gave him, they knew his shoulder was messed up and still gave him the goddamn extension. And then when they brought in Kellen Moore never had a face-to-face meeting with him. How you the head coach of your team and you've never had a face-to-face meeting with your quarterback? So yeah, his bitch ass should have retired before the goddamn draft so that he wouldn't cost his team $30 million this year in dead cap money and fucking $50 next year. But I'm glad his ass is gone. Fuck that nigga.
I got you, Matt Professor. I'm gonna let you just have that question. I'm not gonna let nobody else come because that's your team. But Pharaoh, I'm coming to you right now because this is a question right here.
George Sanders.
No, this is a question for you right here, Pharaoh, and the rest of the panel, and you too, Matt Professor. So when it boils down, who had the better career, David or Derek Carr, in your opinion?
Oh, fuck.
David Carr. David Carr. I'm going to say David Carr because he had no drama. He had to play on the team he was getting sacked like a motherfucker.
I think he was the most sacked. I think he still holds the record for the most sacked in the rookie year.
David Carr has a ring. And so
two.
Yeah, that's it. So
right,
David Carr.
All right, then who had the better career there, Shata? David or Derek?
David. The fact of the matter is, when you look at David Carr's career, what was he with? Houston, New York.
Yeah, he was #1 pick.
Yeah, but the thing about
there was a new franchise.
Yeah, he didn't come in the league as a loudmouth like his brother did. Derek came in and he was a loudmouth, demanding things and telling people that that's what he need for this to happen. How you gonna talk about your team need this and you ain't performing like you supposed to?
And then they wear eyeliner.
Look at the talent that Derek Carr had compared to David.
I got you.
I believe Derek act like that because his brother was in the NFL.
Right.
Yeah,
and that's what I was going to bring up.
And he was on the stage when he got drafted. I don't know if y'all remember. When David got drafted, he was on the stage. And just to get to the NFL.
Brother named Darren too, right?
Well, shit. The 3Ds sound like BD, if you ask me.
Hey, mama like D's, don't she?
You like D's, like dicks. But hey, Matt Professor, even though that's your ex-quarterback,
just had to go there.
Who had the best career, David or Derek, in your opinion?
David, easy. I'm with everybody so far. David, I like David coming out of what was it, North Carolina State. I like watching that. I like watching that dude play in college. Derek, I was like, why is he on this field? I said the same thing when he was drafted. Why is he here?
The only thing Derek Carr was known for was throwing a hard ball. That's it.
Right.
All right.
He had no touch. He had no touch.
All right. Well, Tim Dog, is it going to be a clean sweep? Who you rather have? Who had the better career, David or Derek? in your opinion?
Brooms, get the brooms. To me, Derek,
I didn't know what the hell you said at first.
He's
I
all
thought you said get the mushrooms, but shit.
no, David, he was humble. Like when especially when he's with Houston, he had no choice because his ass was always on the ground more than anything. But
Yeah.
Hey, and that's the year that they drafted that number one tackle too that got his ass tossed up every game.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. I agree. What's the score there, Matt Professor?
oh, Boston,
81-68 Boston.
Boston.
Oh shit. We going back
Yeah,
to we going back to the Garden.
Madison Square gonna be a mother. Madison Square gonna be a motherfucker.
I'm telling you, Boston, they gonna win this. I said they may win this one, but they not gonna win the series.
No, man. NBA want their money, man. Get out of here.
But like Joe said earlier, Joe said that Knicks only need to win one.
Yeah,
the Sixers have to win 3 in a row. And we said this before when I brought it up with the with Juju. Your team get up because your teammate went down, but then after that game, you won the next game. But the next game, that's when the
it's almost like
Porzingis throwing in a whole 1 point.
It's like they get so high to that.
You see what I'm talking about?
They put all their energy into this game tonight. They ain't gonna have nothing left for the next game.
Exactly.
That dude's done.
And speaking of how many points you say that Porzingis got right now?
1.
Well, the Mavs, they had a 1.8 percentage to get the number 1 pick, and this is our discussion for the night.
Oh
but they was
God.
able to get it. Oh shit.
You were seeing there is Rolando Blackman, longtime Dallas Maverick, celebrating the impossible. The Mavericks, who this year traded Luka Doncic away, won the night in resounding fashion. They had a 1.8% chance to win the draft lottery and thus the right to select Cooper Flagg with the number 1 pick in the upcoming NBA draft. The 1.8% was the 4th lowest odds to win the lottery since it began in '85. Dallas jumped 10 spots to win, the biggest jump by any team since the format changed 6 years ago. The unlikely victory in the lottery comes again 3 months after one of the most controversial trades of all time. This was the reaction from the Mavericks front office when it happened.
Shout to you, remember that scene? Because I think 85 and when y'all got Patrick Ewing for the Knicks. I mean, the shit was fixed for y'all to get Patrick Ewing. So the question is,
listen, bro.
Hold on, we get my question out. Was this a conspiracy for the Mavs to get the number 1 pick this year draft after trading Luka to the Lakers? In your opinion?
No, it doesn't matter if they get the number 1. As a matter of fact, they could give Dallas the number 1 pick, the number 5 pick, and then the number 10 pick, and they still won't do shit. I don't trust the damn GM in daggone freaking Dallas. That's number 1. And number 2, you know what I'm saying? Cooper Flagg, everybody talking about this boy coming out and do this, that, and the other. I am not high on him at all. I am not high on him. He has not shown me nothing to make me think that he is NBA royalty and we should roll out the red carpet for him. Cooper Flagg, what? Man, please.
I got you. And I'm coming to you,
I
Matt.
said that during college. I said that.
I'm glad you said that, Matt. I'm coming to you because I think he's going to be another Jimmy Fredette.
Right.
Jimmy Fredette could shoot that ball in college. Yeah, and then he came to the pros.
Christian Laettner could shoot the ball in college.
But Christian Laettner was a decent player until Kevin Garnett got there. And Kevin Garnett
was a daggone good player.
Kevin Garnett said either I go or Christian Laettner go, and they shipped Christian Laettner bitch ass out of there. So, Matt Professor, was it a conspiracy for the Mavs to get the number 1 pick in this year's draft after trading Luka to the Lakers? Go ahead, conspiracy, brother.
Y'all know that's what I'm about to say. Y'all know how I feel about conspiracies. Y'all know how, because, and then I saw something earlier today about trades that happen in the NBA and how the team that trades the most away get a number 1 pick. During the lottery, they brought up the Pelicans twice with Chris Paul and losing Anthony Davis.
Yeah, damn, sure did.
Both times they got the number 1 pick, and I forgot the last couple teams that did it short of Dallas this year. My only issue with Dallas this year and everybody, and what feeds into the conspiracy is, yes, Dallas gave away Luka, but they got the best two-way player in the league in Anthony Davis in the trade. So it was an almost even swap. I think until Anthony Davis got hurt, Dallas had got the best part of the fucking deal. So now them getting
that first game, he's lights out.
He was lights out. That's what I'm saying. So now Dallas also gets the number 1 pick while they have Kyrie coming back from injury. Yes. They have Anthony Davis coming back. I mean, the NBA just gave them a big 3 for some reason. And I can see where the conspiracy goes. So I'm going to say it was not a conspiracy, but it's awfully goddamn suspicious.
Yeah, it's very suspicious there, Pharaoh. Your thoughts, cause like I say, you know, to be able to 1.8% chance of getting the number 1 pick, and the teams that are garbage that need help, Dallas, Dallas is in the play.
In fact, the top 5 and that won a lottery had the least amount to gain from getting that top 5 pick.
Exactly, because last Dallas was in the playing game,
right?
If I'm not mistaken,
they were.
So they already got a playoff caliber team. But for them to jump and get the number 1 pick, that's your brother-in-law. That conspiracy. I can see him saying it right now. His brother just say he don't believe in conspiracy, but you his brother-in-law. I know you believe in that conspiracy shit. Go ahead, Pharaoh.
Man, it's a lottery, man. Come on. That's the reason they have the lottery. So I think the NFL should have it. If they should have a lottery system. I think, you know, we tired of seeing if the team goes to the Super Bowl, they get last pick. Everybody gets picks and everybody freaking just, you know, do whatever. Baseball should have a lottery. I
thought baseball did have a lottery.
I guess, Pharaoh, I understand what you're saying. I'm coming to you now.
I don't think it's a conspiracy. No.
No, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna come to you, Tim Dog. Reason why I say it's conspiracy because, like I say earlier, the Mavericks, they got rid of their star player. Now, 1.8% chance. They already got a playoff caliber team, barring injuries. They got a playoffs team. The Pelicans need somebody else to help them over. Who else is my bitch ass?
So who had the highest percentage? Let's ask that question.
I forgot who it was.
Pelicans and 76ers.
The Wizards. The Wizards. The Wizards, they need some help down there in Washington.
But it's a lottery system, right? So what it is, did the Wizards have more chips in the bag than the
Yes. That's the point.
Is that how it works?
The teams with the highest percentage to win the lottery gets the most amount of balls in the hopper. That's how it works.
Yeah.
Wow, shit, man. They had the heavier ball. That's what it was. I get it now. Yeah.
So like Mad Professor Tim Dog, the team with the most balls in it is the team that didn't get number 1.
There you go.
Yeah.
Too many balls.
They had the ball with the Mavericks, man. Hell yeah.
Too many balls.
But maybe the Mad ball had
No, I didn't know it worked like that.
Yeah, that's how it works, man. Had what's the oil on it? Baby oil.
No baby oil.
Shit.
Tim
Dog, what's the conspiracy, Tim Dog? Tim Dog, what's the conspiracy, man?
It's not a conspiracy, but you know, because of the odds and everything, people want to say it is. And we all know that it's random as hell, just like winning the lottery. If you want to pick some numbers, come on now.
But how often people win the lottery?
Exactly.
Exactly. How many times did Dallas ever pick the number 1 pick? They said this is their second time since '85. So there you go.
No, they never won 85. 85, that's the
no, I said this is their second one since 1985.
But we already know that shit was fixed in 1985 because that's when the Knicks got Patrick Ewing. They didn't deserve Patrick Ewing. And what did he get Patrick Ewing? Not a goddamn thing. But fucking
he had a Reebok shoe for a little bit.
He ain't no Reebok shit. He had his own shit. I need to buy me.
Yeah, there was a Reebok.
No, that was Reebok. That's his own brand.
That was my old Ewings from high school right upstairs in the box.
Yeah, I thought that was Reebok.
No, that's his own shit. That's his own brand. But go ahead, Charlotte. What is conspiracy?
Nah, man. I don't think it was a conspiracy. And even if it was, I don't care. Nobody cares because, like I said, it's the draft. I mean, you got to think there's so much to go into it. You could get the best player, but have the worst coach. So, I mean, I don't give a damn.
I got you. I'm gonna say this: it's a conspiracy because fucking Washington should have got that pick, or the Pelicans could have got that pick, and the Pelicans could have put that pick with your man that stay hurt and get better players down there. My bitch my bitch ass Sixers, we could ship that pick with bitch ass Embiid and get us a goddamn somebody to help Maxey out.
How the hell we want Embiid?
I'm just calling in general. So it's a
Orlando Magic.
Yeah, it's a conspiracy. They want this dude to go down there to be a white. And how come? I'm not make this a racial show, but Dallas is known for having white players, superstar players.
Well, they bringing them all from South Africa.
I'm just saying.
Oh, motherfucker,
man!
But
come on.
I'm gonna say this, man. I'm gonna say this before we go to the math professor. Tell him why you're mad. My thing is this, man. My thing is, it's just odd. It just looks weird.
Yeah,
like the math professor said that the team with the most balls to be able to get.
No, did.
So
we grown men. We're
gonna say no did.
Yeah. The team with the most option to get the number one pick didn't get that, and the team that only had a 1.8% chance to win the lottery, it just looked like it's some type of. Okay. But I agree with y'all. It's not there. But
hold on. So in 93, the Magic had a 1.5 chance to win, and they won.
True.
Exactly, and that's a conspiracy too, because it was an up and coming team, and they wanted Shaq to be over there to be able to get them make some money.
Conspiracy.
Conspiracy. Conspiracy. I'll tell you right now.
Y'all drinking the same kombucha, huh?
I got you.
I'm about to say the brothers that's drinking kombucha have the conspiracies going on.
There you go.
Conspiracy. But like I said,
he going down for a refill.
That's right. And going from one conspiracy to another, but not another. But tell them why you're mad, math professor.
Yes, tell us.
Math professor, why you mad this week, my brother?
Okay, it's two things. Okay, one of them's dealing with the NFL schedule. Yep. Why in the blue fuck is one of the first games of the year, the Chiefs and Chargers in fucking Brazil?
Right.
Why?
Right.
Is that a fucking
Are
thing?
you serious?
I understand y'all want to make money out the ass from poor people that live in Brazil, because Brazil is a rather poor country. But why the fuck these two teams have to open up on the road? I don't give a fuck if you say one of them is a home game. Why these two teams got to open up on the road in fucking Brazil? That makes no goddamn sense. Number one. Two, you assholes who going, wow, Shedeur Sanders impressed at minicamp. No shit. No shit. He looked better than Dylan, whatever the fuck the guy's name is.
That's a surprise.
No shit. They play no defense.
Exactly. Get the fuck out of here. I don't want to hear the bullshit about how good he is now, motherfucker. Kiss ass. Kiss ass.
Listen,
ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen.
Can I caveat on that?
Go ahead.
Shoot.
Because I'm mad too. These niggas all here on the TV talk about, oh yeah, he looks so good. I can't believe the reps he's taking, the touch, the way he do. Bitch, you the one that talked about he wasn't worth it. Y'all let him fall to the 5th round. You know what? I hope the Browns whoop every last one of y'all asses this year.
Hey, that's what it is. And that's why we call him the math professor, because he's always mad. And here come his sidekick. And here come his sidekick, Shata. He want him to get his shot seen as well. But thank you for that, math professor. Tell him why you mad, my brother.
Hey, I got one more to add to that one, too.
Shit, here come another ad. Go ahead, everybody mad today.
Go down there and they're playing in front of the whole country that gets the losing Super Bowl's jersey. So what the fuck are we doing?
And thank you, Pharaoh, for that caveat, because the losing jerseys are down there. Losing jerseys are down there. Shit. I'm glad I got a winning jersey. But now it's time for Shata. Today in sports. Shata, what you got for us today in sports?
Watch it, everybody. Man, have a look at something. See, that was talking about the baseball earlier. And I'm talking about Pete Rose and the shaggery and the fuckery they're dealing with the Major League Baseball. Let me give you some good news with baseball. I'm going to tell you something that make me feel good. Yeah? Today in sports history, we go back to 1986, not too long ago. 2 years after me come America, me watch this game. Reggie Jackson hits his 537th home run, passing who?
What's his name? The white dude.
Mickey Mantle.
Mickey Mantle. That's what I said. Mickey Mantle.
That's right.
Yep.
I got
You said shit, nigga. Shut up.
He always want to be right. He always want to be right.
Motherfucker here.
E5 figure I show.
Hey,
always screaming.
Hey, you know what I generalize?
Oh my goodness.
White dude. Hey, you know what I mean?
Shout out, my bad.
But just to let y'all know, yeah, he passed out. He passed on Mickey Mantle for 6th place on the all-time list. And if you do your research, there's some other players that came afterwards that were just as good as well. But Reggie Jackson, if y'all don't know about him, was a big civil rights kind of guy. And if you've been watching sports, was it last year when they interviewed him? When he literally pulled the wool off everybody's eyes, was like, nah, y'all don't realize what we went through.
Yeah, last year during the race, they asked him on ESPN.
And I loved it.
Yeah, I loved it too. Yeah.
Oh man, that was most beautiful. And I loved Reggie Jackson before that, but that just endeared me to him more to be able to tell the nation that want to go ahead and act like these guys had it easy back then. They had to play baseball, got to go to practice, and had to deal with racism and bullshit every single day.
They still dealing with it, Shada.
Yeah, they're still dealing with
it because they go get the dang Hispanics that look like us for a cheaper price. So they're still doing it.
Yes.
I got you.
Yes.
But thank you for that, man.
What he said.
See, I'm about to say Mad Professor because y'all two intertwined with y'all shit. But thank you for that, goddamn it. Shata for this today in sports. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time. Oh my goodness! If you're not a sports fanatic, if you can't get out there and do anything, this is your time of the show. We call this Weird Sports. Oh,
you know how many people sign on just to watch this?
I know, man. This is the best thing because we bring you great sports. We brought you extreme ironing. We brought you snail racing, rope racing,
bicycle soccer.
Bicycle soccer,
roof ball,
firm racing. I love that.
Don't ever bring that shit up again, Tim.
The underwater hockey.
Underwater hockey. What the kettle no
the neti pot. We're gonna call it the neti pot race.
The neti pot.
Don't forget about the baptism thing that him showed the other day. The baptism with the rub up on each other naked.
Oh yeah. Gotta grab a spot.
Nose wrestling, toe wrestling,
asshole gripping.
Yeah, asshole. Hey,
man, we done brought you
grip.
enough.
That's what we'll call it. The Diddy grip.
But ladies and gentlemen, we done brought you a lot of good things. Now we're gonna get your pets involved. Oh shit! If you got a pet, like you said, the ferret, you got a ferret, you can put a ferret in it. But now we bringing you this, man. I know you can't wait because this is an actual series. It's a league, and we all gonna go join.
Seen it all. We're only getting started. Max Verstappen, Hammy Hamilton, Usain Bolt, Speed Demon.
Max Verstappen. Max
This is the Hamster Racing League.
We need
watch that. I watch that.
Matt Professor, I give you hamster racing at its best.
As the resident auto racing fan and Formula One fan, especially.
I think they should put it where they can't go backwards, so it won't prolong the race.
Facts, but I watch that.
Hold on, back.
I really wish that some of this shit. Oh God. I'm trying not to make it racial. That's my problem. I'm trying to take race out this shit. That's my whole issue right there.
Bro, but think about it though. If you put them in lanes where the cars don't.
No. You're not gonna fucking justify this shit, Shada. No, you're not gonna justify this
But
shit.
if you put them in lanes in a circle.
No, I don't want to hear it, Shada. I don't want to hear it. You want them to run, get them out the fucking hamster wheels and let their asses run from some, let's say a hawk. Let's put a hawk out there.
But man,
let's put a hawk out there and make the shit a real sport.
But man, Professor, compared to all the staggery crap we've been seeing, I think this one right here is the only one I can safely say is it makes a little sense. They racing.
Yeah, just like roach racing.
No, we ain't watching that. But I'm saying these cats are actually got work.
You'll be not gonna watch it when you watch a hamster.
Yeah, because them monks, they gotta keep that wheel going.
See, this is why white people don't need money. They say black people don't need money. No, this is why white people don't need no fucking money. Right? That shit right there, that just played on your screen, people, is the reason why white people don't need. Fuck it, I'm gonna put race back in it. That's why they don't need no goddamn money.
Listen, man. Hey, man. Listen. Compared to all the joints we've seen on here, compared to everything we've seen on here, tell the truth. This one right here, at least, it's number one, it's clean, it's sanitary, and the daggone animals are doing the work.
I got you. Go ahead, Pharaoh.
Yeah, I'm just saying, who the sponsor? I ain't seen no sponsorship.
What? NASCAR.
It's illegal.
It's NASCAR. NASCAR is the sponsor.
That was Formula One names.
That's Formula One. Yeah, Formula One.
Yeah, that's Max Verstappen is Formula One.
A Usain Bolt? Come on now.
Usain Bolt.
Oh, don't get it in the horse racing names, man. Sure.
But they got Hamster Hamilton. I mean,
yeah, come on.
Yeah. Tim Dog, your thoughts, man.
This is why white people don't need money.
No, man, Professor, you supposed to say this, and it's supposed to be the master race. They supposed to be.
I done said that shit enough.
Bruh, y'all already know, man. Listen.
Hey, Tim Dog.
Tim Dog, your thoughts, man. There it is, Tim Dog.
Who gonna have to clean the shit out the car when they take them out?
I was mad. I was mad that they let that hamster sit on the fucking wheel of that Ferrari.
Hey, but I got to say though, Tim, that's just like race drivers. They urinate and whatever in their uniform.
Yep.
So
but they clean it up.
Hey, that's what a hose is for, player.
That's what the hose is for. But one more time, because Matt Professor, I knew you just wanted to see it again.
This joint.
He loves it, man. What Joe say? The sperm died after their race. At least the hamster.
Joe, Joe, you're not gonna amen this shit, Joe. You gonna get banned. In fact, you know what, Joe? I want our Better Than Sex podcast shirt back, Joe. You mail our shit back for that one. You mail our shit back for that one.
One more time, ladies and gentlemen. One more time for our weird sport of the week.
Seen it all. We're only getting started. Max Verstappen, Hammy Hamilton, Usain Bolt, Speed Demon.
Max Verstappen. Max
This is the Hamster Racing League.
That's right. Hamster Hamilton. That's
You know
what
what
I'm
would be
talking
impressive with that? If they let the cars go fast and let the wheel turn fast and let the hamster keep up with how fast the wheels come. That would
Oh man.
And that was season 3.
That's so they had 2 more seasons.
See, you noticed that shit too, huh?
Oh, wait, what?
But ladies and gentlemen, that's our weird sport of the week. But now it's that time for Pharaoh King trivia question of the week. Okay, what you got for us this week, my brother?
All right, this is in honor of NBA playoff basketball.
All right now.
And what are the only 2 franchises with a longer after conference final drop than the Knicks?
Indiana Pacers.
Philadelphia 76ers. 76ers is 1. 76ers is 1. Trust me. 76ers is 1.
I'll say Utah Jazz.
Since 2000?
Since
Did they have to?
2000.
Portland
2000.
Trailblazers. No,
Nah, man.
no,
It's
no.
Yeah. No.
franchise longer active conference final. Yeah, Indiana Pacers.
76ers.
Nope. The Timberwolves and I would say Orlando.
Didn't Minnesota get to the conference finals last year?
Yes, they did.
76ers.
Not finals, conference finals, not the NBA finals. Pelicans is 1 because they've never been.
Can't be the Pelicans.
And 2000, they weren't a franchise yet. That's right.
2002.
Okay.
That's right. That's right.
The Sixers and
Houston.
One of them should be obvious.
Houston.
But because I got that answer right. But one should be obvious if you guys really think about it.
Houston.
My brain hurting.
Yeah.
Phoenix, and
yeah, that's it. Sixers and Phoenix.
Mm-mm.
No.
You're going to Phoenix.
I know the Sixers one of them though. I know my bitch ass Sixers won.
And the Wizards.
Yeah,
Wizards. That's a good one.
Houston and the Wizards.
Sixers and
You said
Wizards. I mean Phoenix and Wizards.
Phoenix and
I
Wizards.
think
You said, Shada, what you got?
Phoenix and the Wizards.
Okay. What you got, man on the street?
Whoa.
Sixers and
Charles Barkley retired when?
give me Brooklyn shit. I don't know.
2002. Sacramento and the Clippers.
Clippers. That's a good one right there.
Oh wow, that is good.
That is good.
But I thought Sacramento got to the conference finals.
There's an obvious one.
Who, the Knicks? What, the Knicks and the Sixers shit?
No, this is not about the Knicks. The Knicks is in the question, so it's not the Knicks. The Knicks was 2000. That's why we're saying this.
Okay. I know the Sixers. So
right.
who is it? What is it?
Definitely
Here
the
we
Wizards.
go.
The Wizards
Yeah.
definitely
Magic.
won.
I bet the Magic.
Well, you're right about that one, Shata.
Wizards and the Hornets.
Hornets and Wizards. Well, yeah. Okay. See, that one was kind of unfair because I knew it had to be Pelicans or New Orleans / Charlotte. I just wasn't sure which team you was counting.
Right.
But they never.
So the Hornets came in 98.
Right.
And then moved to New Orleans
Correct.
in the early 2000s.
Right. They were the Bobcats, remember?
Yeah.
I guess
back is the Bobcats.
I read the question wrong. I read the question wrong.
Now, when Shada said the Wizards, I was surprised because it was 1979 last time they went.
Yeah, I guess I read it wrong. I was thinking teams that actually went to the conference finals and they haven't been back since. I read it wrong. Okay,
That's exactly what it is.
That's what it means.
The year you got the year wrong.
that's what I say. I say the Wizards and the Hornets got it right again. God damn it! Boy, I'm a goddamn genius. I got it right.
Are we all drinking?
Hey, between you and I, between you and I, Shada, we got that one right because I had picked
So hold up. So he gonna wait till we be quiet.
Yeah, we're not gonna skip over that shit. Yeah.
I got it right.
Yeah, we're not gonna skip over that shit.
I said the Wizards and the Bobcats. I got it right.
You get half a point for that one, brother.
Nope,
Yeah,
you don't
okay.
have points. You got to get the whole thing.
You don't.
Then you ain't get shit.
Segment. How you gonna tell that man segment? How his segment?
You ain't getting shit. What are you talking about?
That's right.
Ain't no half points.
You don't have points. But
Hey,
thank you for that.
you talking about the Sixers? What the fuck?
Hey, 'cause I want to talk about my garbage ass team. Couldn't even win fucking 35 fucking games. But thank you for that, Pharaoh King, for that
Our team
trivia
didn't win
question
that
of the week.
many.
Yeah, I hope that we won that many either. Thank you for that trivia question of the week from Pharaoh King. Ladies and gentlemen, before we
The
go,
Hornets have never been to a conference final.
Nope.
And I had just watched that thing on Muggsy Bogues the other day too, man.
That's right. And I say the same thing, man. They had grandmama. I told y'all, man, Charlotte and the Wizards. Last time they won
Somebody
it, they
hit him with Pharaoh. Go hit him with his microphone, please.
But technically they're wrong because there was the Bullets before they came to Wizards. There wasn't the Wizards back then.
That's what I said.
We're not doing this with you.
I said that. I said they were the Bullets before the Wizards, but they're the Wizards now.
They're the Wizards now and still can't get no goddamn magic.
They suck.
It is what it is. It is what it is. But ladies and gentlemen,
That's
before
why
we
I'm
go,
not a Wizards fan because the name Wizards is even gay. Shit.
yeah, just like the Commanders, but we're not talking about that. But ladies and gentlemen, you all like to give you something to think about, something funny, or better yet, where the fuck
Black
Tim
people
Dog get there from? Tim
White
Dog,
people
what you got
don't
for
need
this
money.
week, my brother?
White people don't need money. Black people don't need control of the board.
You playing Monopoly now, man? What the hell?
Go ahead, Tim Dog.
Oh man. Hey, we talking about reform here, police reform in prison. And there was a guy, his name is Stephen Havrica in Venice, Florida. 2000.
Paprika.
Yeah, Havrica.
Not paprika, but half.
No, Pat, but have. Yeah, take the P and add an H. The same difference. In 2021, he just up and killed a maid who was cleaning his room. He was staying at a hotel. And he comes out the room, he gets caught. He didn't go to trial or anything because they deemed him incompetent. This is 2021. Now, here we are, 2025, and he's competent now. And they're going to give him life in prison without parole. This man, oh my goodness, he had 19 felonies, 16 misdemeanors, and 10 misdemeanor charges, and was been to prison 4 times. Now, if the president talking about shipping people off, why can't we ship him off? Oh, I know why. I know why. He doesn't meet the criteria of being shipped off because he looks like him. Now, the hypocrisy here is that, you know, we don't hear about situations like this, but yet the president is going to pick and choose topics that he loves to talk about. And we all need to be aware of who we voting for in the next election. 2026 is not that far away. Things like this that go unnoticed, but yet, you know, we're immune to it. But yet let something like this happen to one of us, we won't be in prison 4 times. It'll only take 1. Right. And the second one, we be in an electric chair.
I got you. Oh, you be in El Salvador, but thank you for that, Tim Dog. For where the fuck you get that from?
He is not the president. You will refer to him the felon in chief. Okay.
Matt Professor, before we go.
Felon in chief.
Before we go, Matt Professor, tell the people what you got on your mind, and also shout out to social, my brother.
Well, you can find me at the Mad Professor. One, I put up a couple videos last week. One of them was about Felon 47. The other one was about someone who responded to my Felon 47 video. But anyway, I digress. Look, don't accept what your sports team gives you. Just because you're a fan of that team, don't mean you have to put up with their shit. Okay. Here in New Orleans, we still have to put up with bullshit from both of our sports teams. And don't get it twisted. I like Joe Dumars. I don't think he was the right pick for the GM of the Pelicans. I like the way the Saints are run. No, I don't. Fuck them. I hate the way the Saints are run. It's time for fans of teams who are losing and consistently losing and being run poorly to start revolting. Stop buying tickets. Stop watching these motherfuckers on TV. Stop giving them props just because you're a fan of the fucking team. I'm guilty of it. You're guilty of it. We're all guilty of it. Start fighting back with these assholes and make them earn your damn money.
Just
That's
like
right.
politicians.
That's
Yeah,
right.
you
Make,
know.
make them earn your goddamn money.
You
Tim
damn
Dog.
skippy.
Tim Dog, what you got for the people who go, my brother? And then make sure you shout out your social so they can follow you too.
Strength doesn't come from what you can do. Strength comes from overcoming the things that you thought you couldn't. Find me on Instagram, Father's Love 99. It's all about me, my son, my grandson.
Oh, his son back in the mix now.
Yeah.
Okay, then, my man, shout out, man. What you got for the people before we go, man? Make sure you shout out your social so the people can follow you, my brother.
For sure. There's a lot going on in this country that's got a lot of people pissed off, but I wanted to address something. I was doing some research and I came across something that I'd never really paid attention to before. A lot of people like to talk about how Abraham Lincoln did all this stuff for black folk and he freed. No, he didn't. You have to understand, Abraham Lincoln did what he had to do for the Union. It had nothing to do with black people. As a matter of fact, one of his speeches, he specifically said he will never, ever put black people on the same level as white people. So stop the bullshit. All right? Other than that, holla at your boy. Shout out. One love, shout out, Blue Sky Social.
I brought that up 2 years ago that he said that if he could have kept slavery and kept the Union together, he would have.
Yes,
Exactly.
Yeah. And of course, my main man, Pharaoh King. What you let the people know, give the people something to think about, or better yet, some good advice. Some good,
I thought we were going to talk about sports.
advice. And also, well, you can talk whatever. You Tim
No, I
Dog
know we're
talking
talking
about
sports.
Talk
I got
about
one.
sports.
yeah, you talk about sports too, but and also shout out to social people follow you, my brother.
So, in honor of basketball, only in the 80s could a kid turn into a wolf in the middle of a basketball game and they finished the game. Pharaoh and the King, Pharaoh underscore 71.
I'm lost on that one, but I'm glad you for that.
You remember Teen Wolf, man?
Oh, Teen Wolf. Oh, God damn.
Michael J. Fox. With it,
Yeah, I remember that. I was slow.
That's from licking the windows without your helmet on.
No, that's not licking the windows. And what I'm about to say is because Pharaoh didn't do it. If you see me eating, I got for the people is, if I shout out my social, if you see me in Walmart and I'm buying a case of baby oil, mind your fucking business.
No, Diddy!
Lord, Why you gotta be in Walmart, man?
He went there.
Whatever you see me at, I might be getting it from the Amazon truck.
what?
So wherever you see me at, you mind your goddamn business. I got eczema. And that's what we do over here.
What you need to do is start drinking again.
And also, you can find me, the Man on the Street at the Man on the Street Show on YouTube. You can also find us at the Better Than Sex Sports Podcast on YouTube and on Facebook as well. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend about us to come join us on Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. All we do is talk about sports. We have a good time doing it as well. We got another podcast we call Two Cigars in the Blunt on YouTube and Facebook. Make sure you subscribe to that channel. Man, we have good conversation. But after Two Cigars in the Blunt, we got the after show called Ashed Out. And like I tell people, man, that is the best part of my day on Friday because we talk about whatever we want to talk about. Sometimes it goes straight, sometimes it goes right, but 99.9% our show after show goes left. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I am the Man on the Street.
I want to shout out my son. He finally got his Associates of Science degree. So
that's what's up.
All right,
years down on his way to his fourth. So Pharaoh King.
Tim Dog, be more careful.
You was starting off right, Pharaoh underscore 71. You was right.
Man, I'm all over the place.
The mad professor in the boot.
Shout out to Orlando. You see me show shout down there. So follow me and no disrespect to all the people there.
And once again, if you see me buying a case of baby oil, mind your fucking business. You worry what I'm doing in my house. You worry what the hell you doing in your
I got a question. What size are the bottles?
Listen,
does it matter?
I'm getting the liter size. I'm getting the liter size because we slipping and sliding over here.
I'm gonna need you to put some of this stuff on Blue Sky because I'm not listening to these fools.
We out.